Just gonna do a quick mic check. Okay, seem to be coming through loud and clear. Perfect. So, hello everybody. Figure I might as well just go ahead and address the proverbial elephant in the room before we get started with today's entertainment. Yes, I went AWOL all throughout last week. I had a couple of days off that I decided to take full advantage of to just basically hold myself up at home and just close myself off from wider society and just decompress for a bit. I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed with all the stuff that is constantly keeping me busy these days. My day job, classes, trying to find ways to squeeze in time for the YouTube channel and everything else. And I think I very briefly reached my limit. So when I had a couple of days off leading up to the weekend, rather than just doing anything productive, again, I just holed myself up at home and just sat around either reading, playing old retro games, or listening to videos on YouTube, or some combination of the three. Avoiding all contact with, well, not all contact, but as much contact with family, friends, associates and other associates for most of that time, and then just decompressing. That being said, though, I know I also probably should have said something last week that I needed to take a couple of days off here for myself, but as I also know I've already said this before a few times, but I hate being the guy that frequently has to make delays for streams and videos and other things like that, and constantly spamming everybody's subscription feeds and notification feeds from posts from myself here saying as much. I don't want to annoy you guys here by constantly telling you guys, "Oh, sorry, something came up, or something came up, or something along those lines, and therefore I gotta delay or make changes to plans, etc., etc." I gotta imagine that's gotta get annoying after a while. It probably would with me, with some people I watch, if something like that were to be a recurring factor long enough. So I figured it'd probably be the same. It'd probably work the same for a lot of you guys too. So I just mainly felt pressured to just not really say anything this time around, even though in hindsight maybe I probably should have, even if I had to keep it very brief. I'm my own worst enemy, sometimes. I can admit that. But believe me when I say that I am honestly trying not to annoy you guys here by constantly spamming you guys with messages of that sort within the community posts. I was well intentioned, even if the means of which I did so probably wasn't exactly the best way I could have gone about it. And then again, maybe I'm just making a bigger deal out of the whole thing than I really need to, realistically speaking. Can't really say. But I figured I'd at least give you guys some kind of explanation as to why I just didn't do anything at all last week, or let alone communicate with anybody. But yeah, I really needed a little time to myself. I mean, I barely even hopped on my desktop PCs throughout much of the past week. Again, I mainly just been playing old N64 games, listening to YouTube videos on my phone while doing stuff or reading, stuff like that. Barely been online at all. So, with all that being said, I hope everybody's day is going okay so far. And I, for one, am definitely looking forward, or rather dreading, seeing what's going to end up possibly happening today with today's episode of Steins Gate. We got Suzuha now as part of our lab, but I'm still paranoid. I'm still not paranoid, but I'm still worrying about the suspicious agents that got in contact with us a couple episodes ago, letting us know that they're watching me. I can't imagine that they have ceased spying on me. Especially given the nature of what we're dealing with here, that being time travel. And the longer things go on without them doing anything more overt, the more nervous I end up getting. And I feel like that's starting to become a broken record for me in of itself, because I feel like I've been more or less voicing that sentiment for the past few episodes right there. But it's true. The feeling's just getting worse. Well, we're also on the topic of content. Before I forget, this week, yeah, today might be the only day I'll be able to get a stream out this week, because this is pretty much the only day off throughout this entire week that I've been given by my day job. They pretty much got me scheduled throughout and do a whole bunch of shifts all throughout the middle of the day, all throughout the first half of this week, and now starting from Thursday onward, also going to be the same thing for the second half of this week. So I figured I'd just try to get something done here today, even though I know it's a little bit later for me to start the stream than I usually do. I was running around a little bit earlier today here, trying to get stuff done, including a gym visit, and I was a little late getting home than I wanted to. So as a result, today's stream is going to be a bit shorter than I usually have it. It's probably going to be about 4 hours max, if that. So I have no idea how much progress we're going to end up actually making with today's episode. But I'm going to try my best to see if we can make a bit more progress than maybe I usually do. Although realistically speaking, I don't know how possible that's going to be, especially if I end up going up on tangents, which is certainly a possibility. Usually is. So with all that being said, let's get started. So, Suzuha claims that her father is in some way related to John Titor. In addition to that, we also apparently have, at the moment at least, a theory on how we can send a person through time using our little microwave. That being, sending a copy of a person's memories to one's past self. Well, chances are it is probably going to work. But I guess I'm more so curious to know, once we try putting that theory into practice, what kind of effect it's going to end up having on the world lines once we do. Because so far, all we've really done is just basically send text messages to past versions of other people, rather than full-on complete human memories. So this is a pretty substantial jump in regards to what we're actually going to be sending through the singularity from one world line to another. So I gotta imagine in that case that whatever changes end up occurring to the world lines will end up being noticeably more drastic compared to what we've seen so far. The question is how drastic exactly it's going to be. We finished our shopping and come out in front of the station.
そういえばマイルよ。お前、最近バイトをしていないんじゃないか？
バイト？ルモアンヌのこと？
Oh yeah, I just remembered. We were also waxing philosophical with Mayuri regarding the nature of time travel and being an observer. Even if Mayuri wasn't able to fully grasp the concepts that we were speaking of. And to be perfectly fair, I'm not 100% sure I still fully grasp it all myself either. Of course, May Queen plus Nyan Quarter, Nyan 2, doesn't exist in the current wholesome Akiba.
コミマ前だからお休みもらってるんだよ。頑張ってコスを作らなくちゃ。
今年は一体何着作っている
？3着。楓ちゃんと吹雪ちゃんの分。でもってルカちゃんの分。
I bet Luca's is going to be particularly, questionable. I wonder if Lukaku is still refusing to wear it. I can hardly blame him. Her. We already confirmed it was a her last time, the hard way. Or maybe not the hard way, because there was nothing hard for us to grab on. I mean, however cute he looks, he's still a guy. No, wait. That was before we sent the D-mail. Now Lukaku's a girl, I guess. What do you mean you guess? Again, you stuck your hand on her crotch. You should know. How confusing.
Nani?
Well, look who it is. I look where Mayuri's pointing, see Mocha squatting by the staircase, staring hard at her cell phone. She does both those things a lot, I notice. Squatting low to the ground, number 1, and staring at her phone, number 2. She looks more tired than the last time I saw her. There are bags under her eyes, and her hair is frayed. The intensity of her expression makes me hesitate to call out to her. Understandable. She'll probably just ignore me like before. On the other hand, she is a lab mem. I can't just ignore her.
そこの指圧しよ。随分と浮かない顔をしているではないか。
Don't you mean why the long nail? As in fingernail?
萌香さん、ここで何してるの
No, seriously, what's got your digit in a twist? Speak to me, finger. Mocha doesn't look up. She mutters something that I can't make out.
おーい、聞いているか？悩みがあるなら、この狂気のマッドサイエンティスト、オーイン京馬が華麗に解決してやろう。もっとも、その場合は、秋葉が血の海となることも覚悟してもらうかな。
Mocha suddenly jerks upright as if poked with an electric prod. She lifts her head and stares at me with wide eyes, then jumps her feet and walks right up to me. Well, I gotta say, this is definitely a much more intense reaction than I typically expect from her. This is the first time I've seen Mocha express such emotion.
なんだ？どうした？
Let me guess. Your inability to find an IBN 5100 is really starting to take its toll on you? She doesn't speak. That hasn't changed. Instead, she looks down and starts typing on her phone. Guess I should be ready for a mail. The time machine. What happened to the time machine? Mocha. Well, the short answer is I happened to it. Again.
どうなったとはどういう意味だ？
Are you still using it? Did you figure out how it works? Well, we're learning more and more in regards to how it works, yes.
まだ完全には解明できていない。今は改良中だ。
すごいんだよ。あのね、今度はね、タイムリープができるようになるかもしれないんだって。
What's a time leap? Tell me more.
記事にはするなよ。それをしたら、俺はお前をラボ面から破門しなければならない。
Mocha shakes her head violently. Guess you won't write an article.
セルンへのハッキングによって電話レンジカッコ仮の新たな可能性について発見したのだ。
Konko, welcome to the stream. Mocha, you're right there. She is indeed right here. And she's making me nervous again.
セルンの一部設備を曲がりさせてもらうことによる新たなるタイムトラベルシステムの構築だよ。これは人類の歴史を塗り替え、新たなる段階へ足を踏み入れたことを意味する。すなわち時間の壁の征服。かくして人を未来へ流されるのではなく、未来を選んでいくことができるようになるだろう。
I can just picture Mocha in the back of her mind resisting the urge to strangle this man and just get to the point.
その人類史上初の偉業を今我ら未来ガジェット研究所が成し遂げようとしているのだ。
Yes, hi. Hope you've been good. Well, last week I needed to take a couple days off when I had them to decompress. Things just overwhelmed me a little bit, but I also know I kind of dropped the ball a bit in informing everyone about that. Again, went into more detail about it at the beginning of this stream, but yeah. So, needless to say, I feel more composed and more relaxed now compared to last week. Even though this week is also going to be stretching me pretty thin too. Today's pretty much probably going to be the only day I'm going to be able to get a stream out this week. Hopefully next... I do think I have more days off coming up in the next week, though, so I'm going to try to see if I can get some more stuff out on the channel then. But once again, I'll have to wait and see on that. Everything is pretty much up in the air for me right now for a lot of things.
オカリン、その説明はね、すごく回りくどくて、マユシーにはさっぱりなのです。
To be fair, you are very adept at getting lost, Mayuri. You and a big scary forest would go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. How can you not be moved by my speech? I'm talking about becoming legends here. Gotta have the right distressors indeed. Burnout for me be damned. Yeah, that's honestly the best way I could put it. I dealt with a little bit of burnout last week. With life in general, to be honest. running around all the time and working all the time just wears you down after a while. Mocha bites her lip and types out a mail in irritation. Then she grabs my arm and digs in her fingernails. It hurts. Lady, you're fingering me to the point where it hurts. Stop it!
手を離してもらおうか。
Don't you mean unfinger me? Or rather, stop fingering me! But Mocha does not listen. She's fingering me forcefully against my consent! What's a time leap? What is it? What's a time leap?
タイムリープ、すなわち記憶のみの時間跳躍だ。
Shout it out to until the whole street can hear you, why don't you?
俺たちはそれを可能にする方法を見つけ出した。近いうちにタイムリープは実行され、我らは時間の征服者となる。
オカリンが思いついてクリスちゃんができるって言ってダルくんはお手伝い中でマユシーはオカリンと買い出しなんだよ。
Mocha suddenly releases me. Her eyes are blank, unfocused. She squats down on the spot, just as we found her. She seems entirely drained of energy and will.
萌香さん、大丈夫？調子悪いの？
I am unsure of what to make of this, to be honest. Wow. That's amazing. You made a real breakthrough. Congratulations. When will it be finished? Why do you want to know?
こればかりも何とも言えないな。いくつか問題を残している。それがうまく解決できれば1週間以内にでも完成するだろう。だが解決できなければいつまで経っても完成はしない。すべてをシュタインズゲートによる選択。必ずや解決の道は開けていると俺は確信している。そして扉が開いた時、訪れるのは俺が望む混沌。世界を影から支配する機関へのラグナロックの幕は切って落とされるのだ。
First, she's obsessively looking for the IBN 5100. So much so to the point where she eventually starts getting frazzled over the whole thing. When we find it in a previous world line, she obsessively takes pictures of the whole freaking thing. We lose it not proceeding. In future world lines, she freaks out over it. But once we start sharing with her our own advancements in regards to time travel, her attention now focuses on that, and now she's practically not demanding, but practically begging to know when we'll be finished with it. The only link I can think here between these two things is that the IBN 5100 was needed by us in order to decode a portion of certain servers relating to the time travel research. And as for our time machine, well, it's also tied to time travel research because it's what we are researching, what we're currently advancing. Bottom line, both the IBN 5100 and the phone wave itself are both in some way related to the time travel stuff. But then again, thinking about it now, I don't think we ever actually learned why exactly Mocha wanted to get her hands on IBN 5100 to begin with. What specific purpose that she had for it besides just simply wanting to find it? We never found that out, from what I can recall. But I'm trying to think here what the common thread here is in regards to her obsessive behavior relating to these two things. There's a connection here, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm seeing it.
オカリンは誰と戦ってるの？
決して表舞台には現れない。 支配者層に決まっているだろう。
すごいね。でもね、危ないことはしちゃダメだからね。
Way too late for that. Why does Mayuri insist on worrying about me? Because you're not doing it for yourself? I don't like that laugh, Mocha. Oh? Mocha's lips curve into a smile. She's laughing, but she's not. But her expression is conveying anything but joy. There's some serious disconnect here that's not jibing with me in a good way. Not gonna lie. She rises to her feet unsteadily, and staggers off into the crowd. It's like she's forgotten about us completely. Mayuri and I can only watch her go. There's an indescribable aura about her that holds us back. Ah, glad to see I'm not the only one who's noticed.
Moeka-san, どうしたのかな?
I think a better question at this point, Mayuri, is what do you think is wrong with Mocha? Is going okay, well, I'm trying to think how to word this. I thought I had the wording, but I didn't. Give me a second. I think a better question is how is whatever is wrong with Mocha going to affect us? Because at this point, she's really starting to make me nervous. Liz25, welcome to the stream. Well, she stopped being a lab member after sending her D-mail and then becoming one again after I think Lukaku won, or was it Ferris? I want to say it was with Ferris? I might be misremembering that little detail though, but I know it was one of them. I've known she was kind of strange ever since I met her, but this... kind of strange? Maybe she's an escaped mental patient or something. If only we had Ayase around. She's actually a former mental patient I wouldn't mind being in the company of. Not that her insanity can possibly compare to mine. You might be onto something there, unironically. Again, I just question whether what that might mean for us later on, though. Because I wish for nothing less than total and absolute chaos upon the earth. You mean he's acting like himself, right? Mayushi looks scared, so I cease my maniacal laughter a few minutes earlier than planned. Pfft. You were gonna go on like that for minutes on end? Out in public? This guy should be committed. Afterward, Mayuri and I go our separate ways. Oh wait, I remember now. We sent mail, Lukaku turned into a girl, we met Mocha and she was a lab man again. Ferris sent mail, and only after that Okabe found out about Lukaku being a girl. Yeah, that's pretty much what I remember. Well, actually, wait, no. I just said that I thought that Mocha turned into a lab member again after we sent Ferris her D-mail, but... everything else, though, yeah, it pretty much checks out from what I recall. She apparently has to deliver a costume for her friend Fubuki.
Huh.
Hello, Christina. When I returned to the lab with my spoils of war, something surprising, though not too surprising, come to think of it, catches my eye. Kurisu is on the computer. As soon as she notices I've returned, she quickly closes the window on the screen. You're looking at porn, aren't you?
ちょっと入ってくるときはノックぐらいしてよ。
ここはお前のプライベートな部屋ではない。それに敵が待ち伏せしているかもしれないのに、ノックして存在を知らせるバカがどこにいる？
敵が待ち伏せしてるかもって考えるバカこそどこにいる？
Oh, I don't know if I mentioned that last episode. Speaking of Lukaku, you could tell Lukaku turned into a girl instantly. Really? I didn't notice right away, to be fair. Unless there was a very tiny little detail that I somehow missed, which, knowing me, it's not impossible. Mayuri always called Lukaku-kun, but after World Line change, she instantly calls her Lukaku-chan. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Because if my knowledge of Japanese honorifics is in any way remotely accurate, girls can often refer to each other from Japan with the Chan honorific. At least in regards to whether or not the person in question is their junior. I don't think adult women refer to each other as Chan, as far as I'm aware. I think they use a different honorific for that. But I know that teenagers and younger may often use the Chan thing. I know that much at least.
それでクリスティーナ、お前はやるべきことをサボって何を見ていた？
I already know the answer, of course. I caught a glimpse of the screen before she closed it.
調べ物よ。
Looks like she plans to continue this charade. And what do we have here? Ah, Mayuri. Fubuki-chan and Kaede-chan praised me for the cosplay outfits I made them this time. I'm really happy. Okay, what does this one say? Who? You never mentioned them before. And cosplay outfits. You really like making costumes, huh? What made you so passionate about cosplay anyway? Oh. Hold on a second. Save. Okay, I made a save. Funny that you should tell me to make a save for this, Liz, because I was actually just thinking in the back of my mind here, considering what she's doing on the computer right now and her nervous behavior, and this message showing up just in time for this scene to play out. If this was a multiple choice type of scene where, depending on whether or not I answered a email or not, it could potentially influence how the scene plays out. Because it's only possible to do so under the conditions you're in. Okay, well, I just did. No longer Lukaku, but Luvolva. Yeah, pretty much, Conkle. Basically, you want to see answers for both responses. Okay, so both of them, huh? Alright, then I guess I'll just go with this one first. So, Fubuki and whoever that was, and Kaede, okay. Alright. I drop my bags and go to the computer. I slip past Kurisu's blocking arms and restore the minimized window. I am sorely disappointed. This isn't pornographic. This isn't pornographic at all. This is exactly what I already expected. Well, besides, you know, what I just said I expected. What I mean is, yeah, I mean, we all got enough hints that Kurisu was an at-channeler and a closet weeb. We already know that much. Or suspected it, at least. But here we go. We got our confirmation about that. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I'm disappointed this was not something more scandalous. But then again, maybe it's for the best that's not super scandalous, because if it was, then maybe I could find myself getting in trouble with Daddy YouTube for showing something untoward on stream in front of a live audience. I hate this platform. It would make life so much easier if you could just enable an adults only streams, like 18 plus sort of thing. So that way, if I wanted to play erogays or erogay visual novels or whatever on the channel via streaming, I could just basically lock out all the possible underage people that might stumble across my channel once in a blue moon. Keep them out of it, so that way everybody, including YouTube, is happy. It also saved me the trouble of having to constantly make dedicated videos for that stuff, too. But that little tangent aside, gives me flashbacks to V3. What, you mean what we're seeing on screen? That Fez comment is true. This whole comment thread is a gem. Kaede-chan. Oh, Kaede. Still need to finish that game, by the way. I haven't picked it up in months. And I've been kicking myself for it every time I remember. V3, I mean. So, what the hell is all this crap say? Damn, why did I LOL? I don't know. Why did you LOL? Quit wasting our time with achievements. You think this is a fucking game? More. The Committee of 300? Isn't that just bullshit? Some conspiracy theorists made up? It's a different story if they had some evidence, but all they did was just lump every conspiracy together. Such chuny bullshit is unreal. I don't know. Speaking from anecdotal evidence, especially these days, I'm starting to think that the only difference between a conspiracy theorist and a normie is that the conspiracy theorist is typically right about something 6 months in advance before everyone else is. If that makes any sense. I want Fest to drool into my Hayatollah fate. I'll do you better. I'd want her to sit on my face. Serious reply. 9/11 truther here. Look, the media released some of the culprits as photo portraits, and about half of them are confirmed to be living normal lives in other countries, meaning the culprits were using fake passports. Just who were the people on the planes then? I was expecting something a little more scandalous as far as this comment thread is concerned. About the only scandalous thing here is my response to the Fest lover. But be real with me. Seriously. My idea is far better than this. Easily. If anything, if I found anything about them, it's that they're basically even a broken clock is right twice a day. I guess it depends on the specific subject matter in question, to be fair. Assuming we're still talking about some conspiracy theorists here.
これはひどい、はいはい、ワルスワルスみたいな笑い方はなんだ。
That comment could be one-upped easy. Yeah, like what I just did. Face hitting is a lot more fun than being drilled on. I speak from experience. Anyway, Takumi had some dad already. Yeah, in one of his dreams.
案ずるなクリスティーン。いやアットチャンネラークリス。
その呼び方はやめて。
俺はすでに気づいていた。そう、とっくに気づいていたのだよ。お前が生粋のアットチャンネラーだということにな。隠そうとしても俺にはわかる。お前からはアットチャンネラーとしての匂いのようなものがプンプンと醸し出されていた。
失礼だな。ちゃんと毎日香りがきつくない香水つけてるぞ。
They can't smell you through the computer, you know.
バカめ。そういう意味ではない。俺が言っているのは魂レベルの話だ。
魂って具体的にはどんなところだ？定義を聞かせて。
今後バレないための参考にするのだな。
うるさい。いいから聞かせろ。
具体的もクソもない。お前はたまにアットチャンネル用語をつぶやく時がある。
うつだ。
A freaking Pepe reference of all things? Wait a fucking minute. A Pepe reference? And a Jero Froggy in the corner? Coincidence? I think not!
今のもアットチャンネル語だな。まさに魂レベルで染みついているということだろう。そしてこのラボにはもう一人アットチャンネル語をリアルで話すアホがいて、そいつのせいでお前の魂は冷気させられた。
I'm telling you, man. Jero Froggy and Pepe have got to be related somehow. Maybe Narose was an at channeler too. Maybe he got the idea from Jero Froggy from Pepe memes. It all makes sense now!
そうそう、橋田がいるせいで私まで引きずられちゃうのよ。
だが隠そうとするとはいじらしいな。アットチャンネルクリス。
その名で呼ぶな。
I can feel the hate, and it feels good. She glares at me hard. If looks could kill. She has no sense of humor at all. I should be more careful in the future. She's got a sense of humor when it's at your expense.
なぜアットチャンネルに詳しいのだ？
アメリカからでもアットちゃんは見られる。あとはわかるな。
そういうことか。英語ばかりの環境にいると日本語が恋しくなってしまうのだな。しかしよりによってアットちゃんを選ばずともよかったものを。
Living in an English-only environment made you hungry for Japanese. That is so relatable. It's not even funny. It's definitely true for me. I grew up with Toonami. If there for any fellow Americans within the chat who might know what that is. I mean, if you believe in the pseudo-intellectuals in the media, browsing at channel is like reading scribbles in the bathroom wall.
ギスギスはしてるけど、一番日本の空気みたいなものが感じられる場所だっただけよ。それより頼みがあるんだけど。
Oh, a favor, you say? I am intrigued. I think her first Raffle-mo comment was funnier. It was. Okabe, ato wa channeraj kurisu. And love that voice line along with banana. Everybody loves banana. Banana is love. Banana is life. Kurisu turns away and mumbles something. But her voice is so low I can't make it out. Come on. Raise your voice. Use your big girl words.
言いたいことははっきり言え。
Kurisu turns bright red, but her sullen expression doesn't change.
このことはみんなには内緒にしといて。
そんなにも知られたくないのか。ダルはお前の同類だし、マユリもオタだから、アットチャンネルへの理解は深いぞ。俺もよく見に行くしな。
He kind of has a point, actually. You're among your people in this lab. You should relax. Be yourself.
恥ずべきことは
Come out of the closet!
履歴書やプロフィールの趣味の欄には堂々とアットチャンネルを見ることと書くがいい。
かけるかバカ。
何ということは VIP でアンカーを出すことの方がいいのか。
I know what VIP is, but what is this anchor you speak of? Are we talking about the talking heads on the news channels or the thing that you use to hold a ship in place? Enlighten me. Anchor, internet. Oh, it's internet slang, eh? To link to a specific post on a message board, usually as a reply. On @channel, this is done by typing... post number, I see. Sometimes people engage in anchor play, a game where a poster leaves a decision to whomever posts with the indicated post number, usually chosen 20 to 30 posts beforehand. For example, 1000 gets to name my firstborn. Bad idea. There are some very evil people out there that would name your child something wholly unwholesome, if you'd let them. VIP, Internet. @channel's Newsflash VIP board. Although ostensibly for the discussion of news stories, it is currently dominated by idle chat threads.
言葉の意味を理解できる自分が憎い。
Hey, you've only yourself to blame. You are what you hate.
まあいい。タイムリープマシンの開発に集中してもらうためにも、この件は黙っておく。
You're basically what I would refer to as a boomerang
すぐにボロが
bigot.
出て、俺以外のラボ面にもバレるのも時間の問題だろうがな。
And boomerang bigots are my favorite kind of bigot because they never fail to make me laugh. Plus, it's always fun watching them fly around in the air.
心配には及ばない。大学じゃ周囲はみんな年上だった。研究室じゃ一番の若造なのに、論文は私が書かせてもらえた。処世術には長けてるのよ。甘く見ないで。
Yeah, I'm sure you're an expert at dealing with people, thanks to all the time you spend on that channel.
ヌルポ。
Nulpo? An old @channel term. First seen on the programming board in 2003, Nulpo is short for null pointer exception, which is an error seen in the Java programming language. We're talking about Java now? When someone announces Nulpo, the correct response is to smack them on the head and say, Gah! Well, Okabe, if she decides to follow up with the proper response, this headache is going to be self-inflicted as far as I'm concerned. You're bringing it on yourself.
しまった。
Kurisu's face gets even redder, and then she falls to her hands and knees in defeat. Oars. Oars. An ideograph depicting a person on all fours. Oh, I see. Oars. Fours. Depressed. O is the head. R is the arms and torso. And Z is the legs. Oh, I see it now. Typically used to express despair, dejection, or frustration. There's no set way to pronounce it, and as such, people may pronounce it as orts, ors, this is what I just used, or ors. I'm not gonna say ors, because I'm gonna think of ass or horse if I do. Just as I thought, that channel is in her blood and bones. She doesn't have a prayer. Okay, we got mail. Now, what do we have here? I told you before, remember? We met at an event, and now we're cosplay buddies. Kane-chan is a university student studying the Sengoku period. I forget which period that is exactly. I want to say it's the 1800s, but I'm probably wrong about that. She has a super nice figure. Fubuki-chan is the same age as Mayushi and is kind of boyish, but she was really sexy last year in her Sarah cosplay. Ugh. Bad cosplay. Oh, wait. Hold on. There was something here. The demon! Okay. We got a picture of the demon. I'm pretty sure Ors was explained in Chaos Head already. I probably just forgot it then. It was probably just one bit of online terminology that was just used like once, maybe twice. And I just ended up forgetting it in the chaos of all the other crap happening in the story. Pun very much intended. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the first response that you wanted me to see. So let's go ahead and reload my save and see what the other one is. Oh, hold on. And cosplay outfits. I think you can use any pictures you got as wallpapers. Wait, really? Let me see that right now. Change settings. Change wallpaper. Hey, look at that! Ew. Fuck no. I'm not using these. She can go die. Still, thank you for the heads up on that, Liz. I very much appreciate it all the same. Even if the rewards are something I very much don't appreciate all that much for reasons which hopefully you can understand. Nope, not what I wanted.
Oi!
Nurupo.
Now for the other one. Passion best forgotten. Phone trigger. Learned why Mayuri started making costumes. Yeah, now rewind to the second one. I think we're done until common ending. Oh boy. Wait, does that mean we're getting close to the common ending? Don't tell me if we are. Do not tell me. I'm just thinking out loud to myself. You forgot? It all started when you asked for a costume of Kyojiro, the flame user from King of Histories. Remember? I thought it looked great on you, but you only wore it once. Such a waste. King of Histories. I have no idea what that could possibly be in reference to. It's not ringing any bells for me. No, I meant unless you want me to tell you more mails I gave you ringtones and wallpapers. Oh. I see. Yeah, I don't mind you telling me that and telling me those, at the very least. Everything else, though, I mean, if we're going to be replaying this game several times over just to see the different character routes and endings, regardless. I mean, we're going to be going through all these different mails at some point or another. So I'll just for the ones that don't get me any goodies, I'll just figure out which ones I want to say, which answers I want to give at any given time, and then just check out the other ones when I'm doing a new route. As night fell, we tried to activate the phone wave, named subject to change again, but as expected, the discharge did not occur. Sleep. It's good for you. Miyuri is at her sewing machine, putting some finishing touches on a costume. She got back earlier this evening after delivering a different costume for her friend, Fubuki-chan. She's been working on this costume ever since. Come to think of it, she usually heads home around 7 or 8, but today she's still hard at work.
前よりあまり遅くならないうちに帰れ。親が心配するぞ。
大丈夫だよ。あのね、マユシーは今日はここにお泊まりするのです。
Are your parents okay with that?
え、本気か？
She's never done that before.
お父さんとお母さんにもね、そう言ってあるよ。
I only wanted to get this over because you could only get those Mayuri mails after failing true route flags. Yeah, I can understand that, and I do appreciate you for giving me the heads up on those.
止まって作業をしていくのか？
そうでもしないとゴミ間に間に合わないんだ。
よく親が許可したな。
I've met her parents any number of times. There's Ditsy's Mayuri. Well, now we know where she gets it from. But still, I don't think they'd appreciate their underage daughter staying overnight in this dirty lab.
やはりこの俺、法院京馬の人望だな。あ、いや待て。人望などという言葉にはヘドが出る。つまり、そうではなく。
Makes you sound like something, all right, although good person may not be the right term to use here.
そうか。マユリの親はこの例のイフでやむを得ず娘を人質に。
I have no idea what to say to this.
通報しました。
Uh-oh. Okabe, I think we're going to jail. Grizu calls out from the development room. She's been tinkering at the phone wave, named subject to change, but I guess she was listening.
って言われたらどうする？
You could have done that to me when I manhandled Luca earlier, but you didn't, so why should I believe you'll call him this time?
裏切るというのなら、俺の右腕が火を吹くことになるぞ。クリスティーナ。
はいはい、12秒12秒。
You mocked me for you mocked me for it. But I know you and I are the same. Your secret has been revealed to me.
それってつまり私も泊まれっていうこと？
だってね、電話レンジちゃんの改良で大変なんでしょ？
まあそうだけど、このラボに泊まると気がめいるのよね。主に誰かさんのせいで。
But you and I are of blood. We are the same. We belong to the same species. We are at-channelers. We are weebs.
環境というのは大事な要素だ、クリスティーナ。ここは研究に打ち込む以外にすることがないから意外と集中できる。ソースはこの大院京馬だ。
If you want one more mail with a reward, then there should be a mail with collapsing as a response. I will make a mental note of that.
それに聞いて驚くな。このラボには脳内物質を活性化させるシステムが組み込まれている。 つまりこの俺の天才的かつ大胆かつ繊細な発明に対する着想は毎日ここに寝泊まりしているからこそ生まれるのだ。
脳内物質を活性化させるシステムって、あんた一体何を垂れ流してるんだ？
工場排水のごとき言い方をするな、ザ・ゾンビよ。
マユシー知ってるよ。きっとあれじゃないかな。ほら。
That? What's that? Kurisu comes out of the development room to check what Mayuri is pointing at.
これって、芳香剤？
頭の良くなる芳香剤なんだって。秋葉王で買ってきたってオカリンが言ってた。あれっていつの頃だったっけ？
So, smelling certain things can make you smarter, huh? Does that apply to women with certain types of pheromones by any chance? Will I get smarter if I smell my soulmate in the wild?
半年ほど前だな。値段は500円とお得だった。
岡部の話って本当に信じるに値しないわね。しかもこれ、中の薬剤はもう空っぽになってるし。
Yeah, when I went to buy replacement packs, they had already stopped selling them.
まあいいわ。どっちにしろ私も泊まるつもりだったし。まゆりさん、付き合うわよ。
本当？よかった。
ただし、岡部は出ていくこと。
But I live here. Where will I sleep? Hey, cat lady! Is Mayushi okay? Tell her to have fun at Komima for me. I don't think I can go this year, Nian. I don't have the energy, Nia. I'm completely burned out. I know the feeling. I can hear a voice shouting, "Get up, Joe!" So your name is Joe? Nian, someone save me. The world is collapsing. Ah, here's the collapsing thing that you were just telling me about, Liz. I will select it in just a second. I want to see what these are first. You know, for when I inevitably come back to this point in the story. It's not like you. Pull yourself together. I need your help find the IBN 5100. Save. What happened? Is the organization attacking? Hopefully it's not. And collapsing. You're messing with me again, aren't you? Stop making me worry. So telling people to stop making you worry gives you this stuff, huh? I'll have to try that out in real life at some point.
出ていけだと。俺はここに住んでいるようなものなのだぞ。このラボこそシュタインズゲートの選択により示された魂の居場所なのだ。
Yeah, again. Where will I sleep? On the curb in front of the shop downstairs?
女子2人が泊まるって言ってるんだから、無才男子は自重してくれないと。それにあんたって実家は遠くないんでしょ？
But I live here. The home is just for paperwork.
池袋だよ。
電車で30分もかからないじゃない。どうせ今日は徹夜で手伝ってもらうほどのことはないんだから、おとなしく帰ったら。
Don't tempt me into exposing your secret. Don't test me. I'll do it.
まさか私たちを襲うつもりか？
That's actually a fair... Yeah, considering what we ended up doing to Luca last episode, that's actually a fair question.
残ってない。あのな、前にもそれ言われたが、あんたいつ私のお尻を確かめた？
Yeah, you don't have a Mongolian spot. You have a G spot.
年下の女子2人だけをここに残していけるほど俺は能天気ではない。未成年には保護者が必要なのだ。
オカリンも未成年なのにね。
Wait a minute. Kurisu's a minor too? Did I just make a highly suggestive remark towards a minor? Oh no. Oh dear. I might actually end up going to jail for real this time. Well, chat, if that ends up happening, it was nice knowing all of you. You were great. You're wonderful people. But alas, saying suggestive things towards fictional characters, especially the wrong things, is a crime worse than murder. Twitter says as much. Or at least they act like it is. Therefore, it must be true. I am a criminal!
あと1年半もしないうちに成人だ。それはつまりシュタインズゲートの選択的に言えば成人だということであり。
いや、それはつまり未成年だろ。
Minor as alcohol-wise. Oh, okay. Then I'm safe!
クリスちゃん、クリスちゃん。オカリンはね、マユシーたちのことを襲うような悪い人じゃないと思うよ。だってね、マユシーはもう10年以上の付き合いだけど、一度も襲われたことないもん。
Speaking of alcohol, though, I actually have an interesting drink here with me that I feel like I'm now ready to have. It's a sparkling water. It's a Spindrift sparkling water drink, so it's actually non-alcoholic. It's just, but apparently it's flavored to be like mojitos, or mojito rather. Excuse me. There's no S. I'm rather curious to see how this will taste. Well, that's good to know that at least he hasn't molested you.
でも人質にされたことはあるんでしょ。
Yes, but not every hostage taker across the world will molest their kidnappees, don't you know? Besides, if the kidnappee is a woman and the kidnapper is a man, it is possible that the kidnapper is gay. Why would a gay guy molest a girl?
っていうかね、今も人質だよ。
Man, what a wild comment to read from Mayuri. Honestly, it really is. Yep, actually, I still is hostage, she says with a smile. Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite flavor of sparkling water for sure. I can taste the lime, I can taste a bit of the mint. But it's definitely not a favorite, but I don't hate it.
強制退出させるべきね。
I sighed deeply and placed my hand on my forehead.
あまり俺を失望させるな、クリスティーナ。科学研究の世界に男も女もない。そうだろう。このラボは神聖なる研究の場なのだ。そのような下世話な話題をしたいのなら、お前こそ今すぐ出ていくがいい。猛虎犯。
I'm sorry, are you unironically saying that sex is a petty concern? I should flog you myself for that remark. Looks like that was enough to convince Kurisu. She gives me a fine gesture as she returns to the development room.
あ、そうか。やはりクリスティーナの伝部には猛虎犯が。
ねえよ。
She totally has a birthmark on her butt. I wonder if I'll find that out for sure in My Darling's Embrace. You know, whenever I eventually get around to that. I meant the mole comment with a smile, but this works too. Wait. The mole comment? Hold on a second. Okay, so it must be around here. Don't have a Mongolian spot. Mole censored to hide from YouTube. Ah. Wait. So, Mayuri was... So, did Mayuri have a... Wait a minute. You were referring to this comment earlier in regards to Mayuri saying something wild with a smile, right? Right? Yup, actually I'm still his hostage. Or, actually, wait, was it this one? I mean, we've been together for more than 10 years and he hasn't molested me once. Because I thought that's what you were referring to at first. Then you said that, and then you mentioned something about the mole, about the Mongolian spot, and then... I look and see here, but I don't see any comments from Mayuri regarding the Mongolian spot. Okay, that one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This was a wild comment. That is just... Hearing that coming out of Mayuri's mouth, especially in the cheery way, with her cheery delivery, is honestly pretty freaking hilarious. And how bad it is. After working on the phone wave, named Subject to Change, for about an hour, we head to a convenience store to buy dinner. I'm gonna give you guys a heads up here. I'm going to keep doing this stream for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So hopefully that would put us right around the 4-hour mark for today if I do that. As I said towards the beginning of this stream, I'm going to be making today's stream a bit shorter than what I usually try to shoot for. Especially because I also got work tomorrow and I gotta rest up for that as well. Another long day. So we'll see what we can get done in a little more than 2 hours from now. Daru hasn't shown his face at all today. He must be busy with that part-time job. Or maybe he got stuck in a doorway somewhere. That's possible, given his girth, his width. I still don't know what he's doing exactly. Probably something that utilizes his super hacker skills. I just hope he steers clear of the law. I mean, we hacked certain servers. I mean, I'm certain that's got to be illegal somewhere. Kind of a little too late for that one. While walking, I skim Matt channel on my phone. I thought that you thought that I said with a smile comment to the hostage one and not the mole one. Yeah, that's what I thought you were referring to at first, too. Titor hasn't shown up lately. I think it's been a week since his last appearance. Interesting. I wonder what's got Mr. Titor all occupado these days. I've been reluctant to contact him ever since he called me the Messiah in his last email. That was about the same time he stopped posting. Now @channel's denizens are busy slandering Titor. The majority opinion is that he ran away. I wonder where Titor went. I tried emailing him the other day, but he hasn't replied. His disappearance is especially worrying now that I think he might be Suzuha's dad. If we can take everything Suzuha told us last time at face value, then yes, apparently so. I need to contact him somehow. Just then, a mail arrives. Let me guess. Is it the man himself? Wait a minute. It's the same sender as this. Oh shit. I was just thinking about you guys. I was wondering when I'd hear anything from you again. You know too much. If it's about Kurisu... No, I disagree. I don't know enough. All joking aside, what wonderful image are you sending me this time? That looks like a doll's head. See around the bottom of the neck where there's cracks, where there's a crack, and the eyes look glassy? That's not a real human head. Even so, the imagery is definitely sending a pretty clear message to me, as far as I'm concerned. It feels as if a cold hand stroked my spine. Actually, I wonder if I could use this as the thumbnail. Feels as if a cold... Give me just a second. Keep the canvas size. Yep. Looking mighty spooky. Okay, let's get that there. And so I have it for a template for a future episode. Whoop, wrong one. This is what I want. Here you are. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh wait, I forgot to actually update the stream thumbnail. Getting a bit ahead of myself. Okay, I guess I need to go into studio. Give me just a second. Okay, right here. Content. Live. Here we are. There we go. There. I hug myself, shuddering at the sight. I delete the email immediately. It's happening again. Did he actually delete it? Yep, he deleted it. This is bad. Really bad. You think? This is a threat. As if the first one wasn't. Was it sent by the organization? By CERN? I think it's very likely, given what the first image showed us, especially given the information we've uncovered from CERN's servers regarding the Jellymen. Jellymen, a picture of jelly on a plate. I don't think that's a coincidence. Does CERN know what we've been doing? Well, somebody certainly knows what we've been doing. Should I report to the police? Oop, yeah, that would go over swimmingly, I'm sure. Let's just trust in the idea that the police isn't compromised in any way by these guys. What could possibly go wrong? Wait, I can't. I just deleted it. Yeah, that too. You just got rid of evidence. In any case, a picture alone probably isn't enough to get the police involved. Still, maybe I should talk to someone. But who? Not the girls. I can't worry them with this. You probably should, considering that your research involves all of you guys participating in this shit. What makes you think they're not in any danger? And it's only just us. I'm the adult here, after all. What about Mocha? No. She may be a lab mem, but she's been acting weird lately. Even if I tell her about this, she won't be any use. Suzuha has her father to worry about. I guess that leaves Daru. I need to find out whether CERN has discovered our hacking. Personally, again, if you think for a second about the context of the first message, and also the second one we just deleted, it should be pretty easy to guess that they likely do in fact know. Or again, at least somebody knows what we've been up to. What would CERN do if they find out, I wonder? Did the doll head not clue you in on what they will likely do to us? They wouldn't have us killed, would they? Despite my efforts to convince myself this is just a prank, my feet hurried me back to the lab. I burst into the lab gasping for air and quickly locked the door behind me. Finally, I can catch my breath. But just then, I realize that something's wrong. What? Mayuri and Kurisu aren't here. Maybe they went out to get something from one of the convenience stores? Hopefully? Did they go home? No, their bags are still here. Okay, they have their bags here. He can't really... I imagine their wallets or whatever they keep their money in would have to be in them too, so... Probably definitely isn't a convenience store run. Not a good sign. Not gonna lie. Definitely not a good sign. The lights are still on. The door. When I entered just now, it was unlocked. Would they be so careless? The memory of that threatening email fills me with fear. Don't tell me. Were they kidnapped? Who took them? The organization? CERN? And then I hear a noise. Is that shower water I hear? Oh no. Oh no, I think I know where this is going. Just don't show me any nipples or anything, please. That would probably get me nuked from by YouTube for sure, if that were to happen. If you're gonna show me any skin, just don't have anything super explicit. And even then, maybe that might not save me. Who knows? Is that the shower? The lab has a shower inside the dressing room. There's no bath. We can't afford such luxuries. And it's too small to fit more than one person inside. Well, if they're both not somewhere else within the lab, I mean, put two and two together, I don't think it's hard to guess that they're probably both squeezing themselves in that stall like sardines in a can. Again, assuming that this is going exactly where I think it's going. Now I hear the sound of water running. Oh my god. Daru showering! Do not jinx me like that! If it's actually that, I'm gonna need bleach for my eyes. I recall the famous scene from Hitchcock's Psycho. Ah, you seen Psycho? No! Fresh blood mixing into the water and flowing down the drain. The corpses of 2 girls sprawled out naked on the tile. The second those images flashed through my head, I slam open the door to the shower room. Oh no! No! Okabe, no!
おい大丈夫か
Holy shit! I'm getting bare ass with this one!
オカリン、覗きは良くないよ。
Way too late for that! Through the steam, I see the wet, naked bodies of the 2 girls. Of course you're gonna zoom in. Of course you are. Mayuri squats down, while Kurisu bashfully twists her body, trying desperately to hide her unmentionables. Are their faces red because of the heat? This man is Darwin Award material if I've ever seen it. Holy shit.
びっくりした殺されたわけではなかったのに
I wiped the cold sweat off my brow and sighed deeply.
ヒヤヒヤさせないでくれというかよくその狭いシャワールームを2人で一緒に使う気になったな
What's it look like, you dumbwit? You dimwit? They're showering! Anyway, before I forget... I'm just gonna put this here, just in case. Actually, no. No. No, I should not entertain this thought. Something like this would probably definitely not fly with YouTube. But just imagine if it did, though. Just imagine. Well, if nothing else, I'll just put that there. Oh man, OMFG, that Daro joke was genius. Thank God it wasn't. Oh my God, thank God it wasn't. Man's calm as fuck. He really is. Which makes me question things a bit now I think about it. How can he be so calm under this sort of thing? Is this a common occurrence with him or something? Do it! I would probably have to censor Mayuri's ass first because her ass is, her ass is clearly visible based on her position in the image that I got here. So this would hands down right here be the most explicit thumbnail for a video on my channel that I would ever put out if I were to go through with it, hands down. And this is taking into account things I've seen from the Corpse Party to Sachiko's birthday bash or whatever it was called. Pretty sure I think I probably have a comparable thumbnail from that or some other series somewhere on the channel too, but you don't even get to see ass on them. I think, if I remember right. I could be mistaken, but I'm sure I got at least something similar somewhere on my channel compared to this. But nothing showing bare ass though. Mayuri's ass may be the thing that would potentially damn me if I'm not careful here, is all I'm saying. I gotta think carefully about this, alright? I'm tempted, but I probably shouldn't. Speaking of the lewd, there could have been H in the game. Maybe thought once during development. Either that, or this is just for humor. A lot of Japanese entertainment will do stuff like this just for comedy. So I mean, it's not out of the realm for just that reason. To be perfectly fair, at least from your chat, it's there. Just turn on all comments. All comments. Wait, I thought I did. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me pull up my little window here. Yeah, I have live chat here set up. Oh, look at that. See something here that I'm not seeing in the chat on my monitoring equipment. He thought he would see the standard shower scene. Instead, he got the standard hentai shower scene. Infinitely better shower scene, if you were to ask me. I mean, who wants to see blood in the shower? Let's be honest with ourselves here, gentlemen. I know I don't. All right, at least I got to see the message. Wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. I got an idea. I got an idea. It could be a very bad idea, but it is an idea. Can I possibly blur Mayuri's ass crack somehow? Let me see something. Let me get the lasso tool for this. All right. Now distort. Let's see. Let's do crystallize. Wait a minute. Okay, it's not showing anything on here, so let me go down a layer. Try that again. Okay, there we go. Maybe I need to make it a bit blurrier looking than that. Hold on. Cell size. Or maybe I need to do the quality a bit too, maybe? Let's see. Okay, let's try that. Well, what do you guys think? Censored enough, right? Probably. I'm probably gonna regret this. I'm probably gonna regret this. Oh my god, I'm probably gonna seriously regret this. Well, actually, wait. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Actually, wait, I got the thing here. Let me do something real quick. Okay, I got the work in progress thing. Thumbnail version 2. Let me do that. Let me do this. Okay. Now let's save it again for version 2. And make a finished thumbnail out of it. Steins Gate, Steins Gate, Steins Gate, Steins Gate. Where is Steins Gate? There is it. There it is. Okay. Well, if this gets me in trouble, then I'll learn a hard lesson, and I won't ever do it again. But in the meantime, though, Hopefully I'll get some very good short-term gains from this, if nothing else. Here we go. All right, now back to the fun proper. Yeah, right. Okabe is acting unnaturally calm over this whole thing. That's right. Kurisu shoots me a deadly glare.
いいから出てけ変態か。
I dodged a bar of soap aimed at my face. It would have been hilarious if it was aimed at his mouth. Wash your mouth out with soap. Then quickly flee the dressing room. Well, I suppose that was all my fault. You He supposes it's his fault. He supposes. It's a wonder that this man has not been locked in a cell yet, or killed. Nice thumbnail. Aspid, you showed up at a very, very fun time indeed. Welcome to the stream. See? Already made people react. I know. Short-term gains right there. We got one. We got one so far. Oh no! Oh no! We've made Mayuri feel dirty. Damn it! It was just a small misunderstanding. Oh, God. I mean, why the hell did they decide to take a shower together when they knew I was coming right back? No, we were forbidden from coming back, remember? And as for taking a shower together, maybe they're just saving water. It's economical. It's like they wanted to be seen. Kurisu especially. Oh yeah, why her especially? After all that talk about not wanting to spend the night with me around, she sure dropped her guard awfully fast. Not everybody exists to please you, my dude. They're just lucky it was me who walked in on them. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how they feel. They feel lucky that it was you of all people. Although now that I think about it, it probably actually is lucky that it was you. Because what if it was Daru that walked in on them instead? Being the Yuri lover that he is, he'd probably pop a boner on the spot. What if it had been the organization? I'm glad you're having a good time. I am having a good time. I got to see some skin. They need to get serious. We're fighting for our lives here. Stop focusing on her crotch, man. There was nothing to see anyway. By the way, I didn't see a Mongolian spawn Kurisu's butt. Naturally. What do you mean naturally? You were acting like there was one this whole time. Now you're pretending like you never thought there was one? Fuck off. And it wasn't Kurisu's butt we were looking at either. It was Mayuri's. She has a nice butt, by the way. Really nice. Oh my lord. I was expecting something dreadful for today's episode, but this is anything but. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Just wasn't expecting it. Although in hindsight, given some of the other humorous and perverted stuff we've seen leading up to this point, maybe I should have possibly expected this to be, you know, a possibility that should have been entertained. In retrospect. I didn't think I'd get to see full-on ass, though. Again, that was nice. We got another deleted comment. Hold on, let me see. Might be able to find it in the top chat. Must be this one? Yeah, message retract. I see a message retracted. Okay, I think I see it. When you said that if you could see her Mongolian spot in MDE, I wanted to say, nah, you don't need to wait. MDE is too classy for that in comparison to whatever this game is. Wait, so you're saying that My Darling's embrace is tame compared to what we just witnessed? I hope you're lying to me, because based on what I've seen from the screenshots and everything, and what little summary I got of the game, it seems like My Darling's embrace is to Steins Gate what Corpse Party Sachiko's birthday bash was to Corpse Party, and I'd be very sorely disappointed if that's not what it is. Good enough. YouTube will tell you with a big boot to the foot. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm worried about. It might already be too late. I might have already screwed myself already with some algorithm. And right now the bots are just deciding how badly they want to hurt me. Nice thumbnail. Alright, I just read that. Oh, deleted my comment because before it said that use bloody face to cover her crack. Use the bloody face to cover her crack. Genius idea. Will make people confused and click. So I guess not as fitting as you didn't cover it yet. Hey, I censored it. I used a little mosaic effect on here. Certainly that would be enough, right? Right? Does it show my spot comment on top list, by the way? Well, I have it set to live chat where it says all messages are visible. I had it set this way before I went live, so I don't know why it's not showing all the messages. Again, unless YouTube's filters or something are doing it. Which case, that's not me. I can tell you that much. I got no filters or anything like that set on this chat. None that I'm aware of, anyway. Stop looking at her crotch, man. YouTube app then closes, crashes. Perfect timing. Oh, man. That is perfect timing. YouTube is trying to be your nanny. Trying to get you to avoid looking at another woman's unmentionables. I wrote deleted comment in the one I mentioned the fact in after censoring it with space. Again, there's this one. In short, there was one hidden comment with a spot and one that was deleted with the word crack. Yeah, I just read that one, didn't I? Tell you what, if YouTube keeps censoring your comment, you could try putting it on the Discord server. I might be able to read it there without issue. Just let me know if you send me anything on Discord and I'll open it up and check. Anyhow, how much longer are they going to shower? They're probably scared to come out because they're worried you're still there. Looking at the clock, it's already been more than 15 minutes since I got back. They were yelling at me a few minutes ago, but now I hear laughter and happy squeals coming from the shower room. Well, they got over it really fast, didn't they? Sounds like they're having a good time. Two girls with good proportions in the shower together. Laughing, squealing, having a good time. I feel like this is turning me into Daru right now. They get along almost like sisters. You probably shouldn't say that, just given the context. Some people might take that the wrong way. Wow, Christian, you're so slim. But Mayuri, your breasts are so big. I'm jealous. Oh, God. I thought we were done. They're checking each other out, aren't they? In my head, I call up the memory of what I saw in the shower. What hair? Beads of water glistening on their soapy skin. Round, full treasures hidden by conveniently placed steam. I don't see a whole lot of steam in this CG, to be perfectly fair. Okay, I think I actually remember what other CG I was thinking about from Corpse Party. It was something that you see in the beginning of Book of Shadows, in the prologue chapter thing, with the characters Seiko and Naomi. If you know, you know. I miss Corpse Party. I put my phone to my ear.
俺だ。少しまずい状況になりつつある。この最強マッドサイエンティストである法王院京馬が猛虎犯少女と能天気少女の姉妹から精神攻撃を受けている。
Hold on a minute. The Mongolian Spot and the Ditzy sisters. Are you referring? Just makes it sound like you're referring to 3 people rather than 2. And I thought we just cleared the air in regards to whether or not Kurisu has a Mongolian spot on her ass. Was there a third chick in there that I somehow failed to notice?
これは今まで味わった中でも最大級の攻撃力だ。無防備こそ最強の攻撃だと思い知らされたよ。奴らめ、いよいよ本気を出してきたと見える。実にけしからん。
This is the strongest offensive I've encountered thus far. Yeah, I actually agree with you. This is indeed the strongest offensive that I've encountered so far in this thing. And they're pulling out all the stops, and I don't think my pants can take it. He's pitching a tent!
少女たちを倒せだと。そんなことができるものか。なぜなら
Please don't!
奴らに操られている少女たちは
No! Don't give in to the temptation! Don't start jacking it in the lab! What if they walk out and see you? Don't do it!
どうしてもか。どうしても俺は彼女たちを倒さなければならないのか。だとしたら俺は今回ばかりはシュタインズゲートの選択を恨むぞ。
You sure it's only your hand that you'll be raising against your closest companions? If you catch my drift? After a moment to collect myself, I put away my phone. At least one of us is collecting themselves. I need some air. Who needs air when you got pheromones? 2 days have passed since Kurisu and Mayuri came to stay, and have we been banished from the lab ever since? During that time, Daru and I have done our best to support Kurisu's work on the phone wave. Name subject to change. And here I was thinking that there would just be one last little exchange between the three of them, with Okabe probably getting his ass handed to him by a half-naked Kurisu. I'm honestly kind of disappointed it didn't go the extra mile in that regard. Does it show my spot comment on the top list, by the way? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what, again, I'm pretty sure I read that on the live chat just a few minutes ago. Yeah, after censoring a space, in short, there was one hidden, oh wait, I think I just read that one too, actually. In short, there was one hidden comment at the spot and it was deleted with the word crack. Yeah, I was making a summary just in case because I kind of made the whole thing confusing. Yeah, the Soap-chan, as the extra person. Oh, wait. So, was the bar of soap a ditzy sister or a Mongolian spot? This thing threw me a curveball, or rather a soap bar. I am confuzzled. Anyway, you said you summed it up on the Discord server, so let me take a quick look real fast then. Here we are. I don't care about your news, man! Well, I see Silvercover's, discovered Brother May I Have Some Oats. Now, this is a modern classic, if you guys have never seen this before. I strongly recommend checking it out on your own time. It's a work of art. It truly is. Especially when you keep in mind that the Biggs' bodies act as speech bubbles for their dialogue. Oh, I see Liz already knows. Them being used as chat bubbles will never not be funny. Okay, I'm not seeing anything on here, but I am delighted to see that a couple of people have found the pigs. That reminds me, there was actually another thing from that same channel that I've been meaning to check up on stream, but I forgot to do it. During that time, Daru and I have done our best to support... You know what? I think... How about this? How about we take a bit of a break from all the chaos? A very short break. So I can check another thing out. It should only be a few minutes. Now, let's see. It should be on this channel, so...
Brother, may I...
Alright, I'll just copy the link here. Open another tab here.
Brother.
Okay, good. I'm signed in. I'm pretty sure it was on here. Yeah, here it is. I think this is it right here. Brother, I am troubled. How old is the original video? Okay, it was a year ago. Okay. Yeah, Brother, I am troubled. This was what I wanted to check out at some point, but I just forgot to. May I have some oats? No. So, what's your story? One brother wanted oats. What do you want?
Brother, I am troubled.
He is troubled.
Something is wrong, and I do not know if the wrongness lies within the world or within myself.
So relatable.
Speak your feelings, brother. If there's any way to help you, I will.
I fucking love this guy's voice. Or his voices, rather. I wish I could make my voice that deep. I would abuse the shit out of it if I could. Brother, may I have some oats? No. But I am starving, brother, as am I, brother. But the tall, skinny ones have chosen to... No, wait, I'm already forgetting some of the fucking lines from that thing, but I think I can make a better impersonation of the second pig in the Oats video rather than the first one. If I do say so myself. But anyway, tangent aside.
We are strong, brother, are we not? Yes, brother, the mightiest bulls in the prairie. Yes, and we are enormous, is that right? Indeed. Our girth cannot be denied, brother.
That's what she said.
We rule over this prairie unchallenged, do we not, brother? Our power is uncontested. Ours are the heifers, and ours the greenest grass, from one side of the great fence to the other. Why, brother? What troubles you? And we have many calves, do we not? Dozens, brother. But then where are they, brother? Where? We both have calves, sons and daughters. But have you seen them lately? Of course, brother. They are in the herd. Where in the herd, brother? Do you see them? I can hardly be expected to keep track of every calf in the herd, brother. Do you...
I think I see where this is going already. We are repeating the tragedy of the Oats.
You see any of them? Even one? Why, yes, I see your son Dennis over in the barn.
Hello.
Yes, and there is something wrong with Dennis, isn't there? I cannot fathom what you mean, brother.
Lovely weather here in the barn.
The tall, skinny ones. They've done something to him, brother.
He's just appreciating the weather, man. What's wrong with that?
Oh, now you sound like the pigs.
They're even referencing the pigs.
So you have heard them speaking too. Pigs are fools, brother. Always concerned with getting more food in their bellies.
Well, is he wrong?
You see us starving? No, brother, we want for nothing. If anything, the tall, skinny ones they worship serve us. I do not think that is how they see it, brother. Then they must surely fear us. Why, we could crush them. Yes, and gore them with our horns.
I loved how he said yes.
Our mighty horns, and then stomp their bones with our hooves until they crack. Indeed, and crush the very breath of life from their flesh, and drag them out for the pigs to devour. That we could, brother, but why might we? Do you see the shed in the distance, between the house and the barn? I don't bother looking past the great fence, brother. Our kingdom is here. All we want is here. Our heifers, our grass. There isn't any point looking farther. But you do see it. I can look upon it if it troubles you so. The pigs call it. You speak of the pigs again, brother? You have become obsessed with those filthy creatures.
Really now? Must you address the pigs as though using a slur? Although, thinking about it, if you really think about it, anything can be a slur if you say it with enough contempt. Soda! See? I made soda a slur just now.
They call it the shed of no return. Oh, how ominous. But your calf, Dennis, did return.
I think I see a bird.
Pigs are fools. Yes.
I love Dennis.
Shed, and he returned damaged. They have done something to him, brother. If you insist. You don't care, do you, brother? You would rather ignore the truth right in front of you than admit something evil is being done to us. To our calves. We have other calves. I don't see any. And we can make as many more as we want.
Maybe that's what his problem is. Dennis is seeing the weather. He's seeing birds. At least I think it was a bird he saw. Was it a bird? Let me see. Let me see something.
And he returns damaged. They have done something to him, brother. If you...
A bird.
Yeah, birds. Yeah, okay, it was a bird. But yeah, maybe that's your problem. You can't see anything, but your son can. Your calf can. And you don't like that because you are blind.
Something evil is being done to us. To our calves. We have other calves. I don't see any. And we can make as many more as we want. Listen to yourself, brother. All you care about is your grass, your heifers. You see nothing else. There is nothing else to see, brother. That is all the joy in the world.
Hold on a minute. When you say you can make more calves, you're referring to making calves with other bulls and cows, yeah, that are in the fields with you, right? Or are you referring to each other? The two of you together making calves? Because if it's the latter option, I didn't sign up for MPreg.
Seeing the rest brings sadness. You know more than you are saying, and if you do not wish to have more sadness, you will look less and know less and say less than do I.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Mimis won't be able to sire any calves, will he?
Oh! Oh, I see. They castrated Dennis. You ever see a bull get castrated before? I did once, and it made me clench my thighs really tightly in response. I would not recommend if you like me are also a man. It troubled me on a instinctual level, shall we say, to see something like that.
Of course not, brother.
Especially looking into the bull's eyes as it happened. That image haunts me to this day. I need to stop thinking about it now.
He would challenge our rule, and when we are too old to sire, the tall...
And then a dog took one of the fucking testes and ran off with it. Like a fucking ball. Oh, God. Oh, man. I thought I got rid of that memory, but it's still there. Oh, man. I feel so bad for Dennis now.
Anyone will bring in new bulls then. So our dynasty is meaningless? It dies with us, brother. And our other calves, our sons and daughters. Some for meat and some for milk, if what the crows say is true. And the pigs. Yes, brother. Fools, all of them, to know so much. Better not to. Better by far. I could break the great fence. I am strong enough. And then what, brother? I could charge through the door of the house, break it down with my hooves. The older one sleeps in there at night. I could stomp him into the hay of his bedding before he could reach the loud stick. There are more the tall, skinny ones that tend to the hay bales. They have sharp sticks, brother, and they sleep near them, in the barn.
It's cold in here.
I could go...
Yeah, probably feels cold. Well, actually, wait. I was gonna say you're probably, yeah, it probably feels cold to your balls, but you don't have them anymore, do you? Yeah, I was gonna say that, and then I remembered. Oh wait, you don't have any more balls. You don't have any more balls to feel chilly towards or with.
All them, charge at them from behind. Both of them, brother, at the same time.
Hey, he's got two horns on his head. He could probably make it work.
I'll skewer you with those sticks, and you will be no more. I could, if you helped me, brother. And what then if you did? More would come. With the sun, the others would arrive on the great metal beast and see their fellows dead, and you and I painted in their gore. And they would take their sharp sticks and the loud stick, and we would feed the pigs well indeed, brother. Then we will leave before the sun rises. And then what? We lead our heifers into the wilderness to be hunted by predators? The tall, skinny ones will find us. They will take us back. Not if we kill them too.
He just explained to you why trying to kill them here now on the freaking farm would not work. You think it would work out in the wilderness?
You kill all of them, brother. Can you murder the world?
Down there. Well, if you're Frieza, you certainly could.
Can you bathe your mighty horns in the blood of a dozen, with horses in metal beasts, and sharp sticks and loud sticks, and all of the malevolence of a wronged father, and all of the rapacity of a ravenous pig? No, but
I love that line. The rapacity of a ravenous pig. I gotta use that for something. I'm gonna remember that.
can kill more of them with you at my side, brother. Then the whole herd dies. Our rule, our pasture. We lose everything, brother. For nothing. For vengeance, brother. You...
I like how he keeps zooming in on their faces.
In the cool grass. Sleep tonight, brother. We have forgotten a multitude of sorrows here. Life is better than revenge. Sleep beside me as you have before, brother. The dew of the morning will cool your blood, and tomorrow's thoughts will be clearer than tonight's. No. Dreams will not come near me this night, brother, for my eyes are swollen red and will not shut, and my thoughts are blood. I am going, brother. I will break down the great fence, and the herd will leave with you or without you. I am going to the house, and before I die, I will feel the flesh of the tall, skinny ones on my hooves. I will feel the air go out of their lungs. I will feel their bodies cold upon the ground before I join them. Then it ends tonight, brother. Alone or together, brother, it ends. Side by side, then.
Such finality.
Unto the death of the world.
Holy shit! This is like moving on from Star Wars: A New Hope to The Empire Strikes Back in terms of quality. I think I like this more than the pig one. Too bad that they're gonna die, though. They are gonna die. And they're probably not gonna cause as much damage as they hope to either. And the pigs will indeed eat their corpses after the fact, before they too are eaten by the tall, skinny gods. Such is the circle of life. Everything exists to be eaten by humanity. As it should be. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that diversion from today's main entertainment. I certainly did. No, brother. Again, I love Burial Goods' voice delivery for these characters. I wish I could get lower my octaves as much as he can. I would abuse the privilege if I could. I absolutely would. Maybe they're Muslim. Wait a minute. I'm no expert, but isn't red meat in general considered halal meat in Islam? I could be mistaken about that. Again, I'm no expert. I just know that there's certain types of meats that are forbidden according to their religion, and that pig is certainly one of them. You're trying to say soda is a slur. Just remind me of a meme from way back about how Reina from the original Higurashi anime yelling, "Ooh, soda, liar." Just sounds like she's demanding soda. Hey. She said that word of enough contempt here where you could argue that liar is a slur. Maybe what I was really saying all along was liar. Maybe I was channeling my inner Reina. You ever think of that? Okay, no, I wasn't, but... But seriously, say anything with just the right level of contempt. You could make literally anything into a slur, if you really wanted to. Oof, them wild dogs. Yeah, getting eaten by wild dogs is not a fun way to go. Pretty nasty shit. I saw piglets losing their balls as a kid. Cut chicken head still blinking was more interesting. Did you grow up on a barn by any chance? Also thought that of that cold balls joke, even though my brain instantly knew it made no sense. Well, clearly you and I are birds of a feather when it comes to the subject of balls. Make of that what you will. Okay. How about we get back to the main show, shall we? I think I subjected us. I think we've subjected ourselves to enough beef for today, so to speak. Had our great old fill of red meat. By the way, I explained what I meant by summary, which started this whole thing above the Oats comment, and by "we will never know" meant who Soap-Chen was in that group. Oh, okay, I get it now. Glad we got that cleared up, at least. My parents sometimes left me at my grandparents' as a kid. I know that that both my folks have at various points in their lives lived at barns. My mother for sure. She grew up on one. Not me though. I didn't grow up on a barn, but I've been around them a few times and I've seen things. Like what I just explained in regards to the bull balls thing. I've seen things and I wish I didn't. And in case the thought has crossed your guys' mind, no, I did not get to experience the joy of riding on top of a pig as a kid. I hear it's fun, but I never got to experience it. During that time, Daru and I have done our best to support Kurisu's work on the phone wave, named Subject to Change. According to Daru, it should be easy to use the LHC to generate black holes for our use. The black holes form at the proton collision point, where the lifter is installed and exist for only a few seconds before evaporating. During those few seconds, CERN throws a human into the singularity. We'll use those few seconds too. The gravity of the black hole compresses matter into infinite density. CERN uses the lifter to keep the compression under control, but we don't want that. We're going to dial CERN's lifter down. Not so much that it endangers the world, of course, but enough to compress our memory data to under 36 bytes. Daru has been coding the necessary program. As for me, I've been searching for our lifter, the unknown device that pumps electrons into the phone wave, named Subject to Change, and keeps our black hole open. I was about to ask about that, if you found out what that was yet. Kurisu couldn't find anything that could serve as a lifter inside the microwave, so it must be something interfering from the outside. We're not sure what that could be, and so far we have no idea where to start looking. Yesterday, I consulted Daru about that threatening email. But Daru insisted that there's no way CERN could have discovered his hacking yet. Then how do you explain the mails then? We still have the first one! Of course, I had made him make doubly sure we hadn't been tracked. His test came back clean. I thought we just established in the last episode that CERN has a direct line from our location to their HQ. I understand he's confident in his skills, and I trust him. If Daru says they haven't found out, then they haven't. Yeah, I don't buy that for a minute. But somehow, knowing that does not ease my anxiety. I got mail. Ah, Luca. Have you gone to any festivals or fireworks shows this summer? Maybe you have plans to go with Mayuri-chan later. P.S. I did 22 practice swings with Samadare. Oh yeah, that just made me remember. We're in spring now, and summer will be following along shortly after that, and for me, being an American, we have the 4th of July coming up in summer. 4th of July, of course, involving fireworks. I wonder if I should go to any fireworks shows this year. Fireworks shows. No, too crowded. I'm being chased by the organization, remember? Last thing I need is a knife in the back. Or a whole bowl of jelly being shoved down my throat. Maybe you have plans to go... Oh, Mayuri. Okay, what does this say? Okay, I don't know Mayuri's plans, but I'm pretty sure she's busy preparing for a different sword festival soon to take place in Araike. Let's go with Mayuri. Sent. There we go. For some reason, made it sound like one comment. I don't think you ever read it, but I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. Let me double check. Nope, not that menu, not that one. Okay, so got that here. Now this. Okay, it's not here, so let me see. Summary was a separate comment, then we will never know. Okay, let me see if I can find it. The Oats comment. Oats comment. Oats comment. Oats, 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 oats. Oh, it deleted this one? It deleted my comment because before I said that use the bloody face to cover her crack. Genius idea. Will make people confused and click. So I guess not fitting as you didn't cover it yet. I thought I read that. If that's what you're referring to, I thought I read that one. Your spot comment on the top list. Okay, so that one. Yeah, we got the Mongolian one thing here. When you said that if you could see her Mongolian spot in My Darling's Embrace, I want to say, nah, you don't need to wait. MDE is too classy for that in comparison to whatever this game is. Yeah, I read that one too. No, this is after. Okay, oats. It's gotta be around here. May I have some oats? Okay. 2 comments as a summary. Okay, this? Okay, yeah, the Soap-chan as the extra person. We will never know. By the way, love this OST. I'm pretty sure I read this too. Huh. Maybe it did get fully deleted, but that wouldn't explain why I was able to see some of your other ones. You went past, may I have the oats already? Yeah, it's right here. No, brother! Yeah, maybe they're Muslim, read that one. It was right on top of before this one. Okay, no, I meant the comment about there being 2 comments as a summary. Just making a summary just in case I kind of made the whole thing confusing. There was a short... in short, there was one hidden comment with a spot and one that was deleted with the word crack. Okay, so it was... When you said that if you could see your Mongolian spot MDE, I wanted to say, nah, you don't need to wait, MDE is too classy. Okay, I just read that again. I don't know if... I honestly... am not sure what it is I'm looking for here, to be honest, Liz. I'm going over this thing over and over again, and a lot of the things that look like it could be it, I'm pretty sure I've already read. So maybe I'm just being retarded right now. Yeah, it doesn't matter because I was responding to what you did back then and when you thought that summary was on Discord. Yeah, alright. How about we just move on? I tried, man. I tried. But maybe it's me. Maybe my gray matter is not operating at 100% capacity today. Then again, when is it ever? It's Friday, and although we still haven't solved the lifter problem, Kurisu is just about done with this timely machine. You said you liked this menu theme. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Definitely a lot more louder and noticeable compared to the title menu, for sure. Naturally, that means it's time for her to give me something else to worry about.
最終調整のために電話レンジを稼働させる。
I groan. In other words, we have to cause the electrical discharge phenomenon. There's a risk involved. A risk called Mr. Braun. As we know, the discharge phenomenon causes the entire building to shake. Last time, Mr. Braun threatened to raise our rent if it happened again. Wait a minute. CERN has a direct line to this building, from this building to their HQ. I wonder if the shaking caused by the discharge phenomenon might have been picked up by whatever equipment they have installed here, and that's how they were able to figure out what we've been up to. But then again, that still begs the question then. When did they put that direct line into this building specifically, and how were they able to do it without us noticing? Kurisu and Daru look at me.
オカリン、あとは任せた。
フォローお願い。
つまり敵地に乗り込み死ねというのだな。
You know, I just also realized something. We haven't seen Suzuha at all. I thought we made her a lab member in this current world line we're in right now. Unless I somehow misremembered something about that too.
あんたの犠牲があって初めてタイムリープ用電話レンジは完成するのよ。
それにこれまでも店長のご機嫌取りに行ってたのはオカリンだったじゃん。
ならばなおさらたまにはお前たちが。
私は無理。あの店長さん以前にバイトから目の敵にされてる。
いいだろう。だが忘れるな。俺は絶対に死なん。不死鳥のごとく何度でも蘇るぞ。
I'm pretty sure Mr. Braun could crush your head like a grape just between his fingers. He just needs to pinch your cranium and then psh, goes your gray matter. I'm just saying, with arms that thick, he's definitely got some really impressive grip strength. And you need a lot of grip strength if you're going to be able to move around very heavy weights. With that said, I head down to the handle things with Mr. Braun.
オカリン、死んじゃやだよ。
No promises, but I'll tell you one thing. If he does kill me, it'll be a glorious death indeed. I will get to see the man's strength firsthand. Truly, it would be a wonderful way to go out indeed. The only thing that would really top it for me is death by snoo-snoo. As I pass through the lounge, Mayuri looks up from her costume to see me off. Oh boy, they're all here. When I step into the store, Mr. Braun, Suzuha, and the Chipmunk are watching some comedy show on the massive 42-inch CRT. She's not a chipmunk. She's adorable. I don't see any buck teeth coming out of her lips. Not even a snaggletooth. Watching TV at noon without a customer in sight. Looks like business as usual at the Brawn Tube's workshop. Maybe they're all on break. Now, my classmates said in elementary that I'm the one who liked our math teacher because my thoughts were as chaotic. Hey, let's all be honest with ourselves here. We've all had at least one teacher growing up in our lives that we all crushed on. We all had at least one. I did. You did too. It's part of life. Hot teachers are a part of life. Although you still want to avoid the crazy ones wherever possible, in which case, God help you if you can't. I raised my hand in response to Suzuha's greeting. Chip, that was very fast of her. She's quick on her feet. The chipmunk, Nae, quickly hides behind her father when she sees me.
この店は相変わらず繁盛していないようですね。
おう、岡部か。ブラウン管買ってけ。
Believe me, I would love to buy a CRT myself. Speaking as me, Neo. But the fuckers are goddamn expensive and hard to find these days. Second, I don't think I even have the space for it.
いりません。俺は解雇中ではないのでね。買うなら液晶テレビを買いますよ。
I would like to have a CRT on hand for certain types of retro gaming. Like light gun games, for example, actually work on CRTs. They don't work on LCD monitors or OLEDs or any other modern displays without some type of special sensor involved. I would love to be able to play a railgun game again properly. But alas, they're like unicorns. I look around the store as I answer. Well, it was a guy, so... Oh. So I take it you meant like in a different sense to what I was just talking about. Right? If I'm understanding you correctly? Okabe already proposed the idea of them placing it there in advance because of time travel bullshit. Huh. I just thought of something. Like CERN's Large Hadron Collider, the phone wave, named subject to change, must have some kind of electron feed to keep the black hole open. CERN calls this feed the lifter. We still haven't figured out what that is, nor what could be acting as the substitute lifter in our time machine. What if our lifter is somewhere in this shop? Whatever it is must be in close proximity to the phone wave, named subject to change. It couldn't work otherwise, and the Brawn Tube workshop is located directly below the lab. That's actually a very interesting thing to think about. I didn't think about that at all. The lifter doesn't necessarily need to be inside the phone wave, does it? Could our lifter be a CRT?
てめえ、最近女ばっか連れ込んでるらしいじゃねえか。
Yeah, I'm forming a harem.
ばっかと言っても、いつもメンツは変わりませんよ。
私もこの前お邪魔してきたよ。
たまには俺も呼べ。若い娘と話してみて。
Well, I'll tell you one thing. With your physique, you'd be very popular with a lot of ladies. At least certain kinds of ladies.
お父さんケツ
違うぞナエ。これは社会勉強であり、それと
マーケティング
のための営業活動なんだよ。
Oh, this poor man. He probably, with his life and taking care of Nae, he probably doesn't get very many opportunities to date. If that's the case, I feel for you, man. I really feel for you. Now, what do we got here? Oh! When I listen to Phantasm songs at times like these, I sink even deeper into the darkness. Yeah. Join me, Kyoma. Oh, another song from our glorious Fess. Songs of Chaos. Received 4 songs from a chaotic head. I think I remember this tune too. I want to say this was from Ayase's route, specifically, but I'm pretty sure it is definitely from Chaos Head. Bit quiet, though. Hell yeah! My favorite track from my favorite route. Okay, so it was from Ayase's. I remembered right then. Settings! So, let's see. My ringtone is... Yeah, I think I'll keep Fake Me as my ringtone because... as much as I like the song I just got, I think Fake Me is too good to not have it for something on my phone. So, let's see. Male ringtone. Find the blue. Yeah, I'll put this as my male thing. Here we go. Also my fave, but it takes some time to start. Yeah, it took 10 whole seconds to start. I thought it had a really low volume or something at first. Or was just mute. Or maybe the game was glitching on me. Yeah, basically for most he was too hard to understand, and they said that I liked him because my train of thought in math and in general was as chaotic, which made me understand him. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Being a kindred spirit with your own teacher. I got one teacher in my karate class that I feel that way towards. Check out this scary looking guy trying desperately to explain himself to his daughter. Hilarious. It's hilarious, but it is also very cute.
そもそもさ、店長の言い草じゃまるで私が若くないみたいじゃん。
Okay, okay, so we got about roughly an hour left to go for today's stream, so we're almost done. Suzuha is the same age as Daru and I, which makes her older than Mayuri or Kurisu.
なーにー？岡部倫太郎、なんつった？
事実だ。
ナエ、お父さんはお前さえいれば幸せなんだからな。ね。
You don't have to lie. I get it, man. You're a man. We have urges. We have desires. We have things that make the little me's in all of us rise at attention.
わかってるよ。でも不潔っぽいことはもう言わないでね。
もちろん約束するさ。
Then he joins Pinkies with his daughter. Damn, Mr. Braun, you're way off character. I don't know. I think this is quite endearing. How's a guy like him produce a daughter like that? You'd be impressed what certain men can produce from their loins. And I'm not talking about the obvious stuff either. Nai is one of the kindest, gentlest girls I've ever met. I don't know why she's so afraid of me though. Because you're a freaking deluded maniac. Anyway, I came here to explain that the building's about to shake. How do I avoid having my head ripped off? You're probably not going to. How many more earthquakes do you think this building can handle? No, that's way too obvious. An earthquake is coming. My magic eye, reading Steiner, has seen it in the future. Escape while you still can. That would probably piss him off even more. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, okay. It was nice knowing you, Okabe.
ねえ、昨日も椎名真由里は泊まったの？
Yes, she did. Why do you ask?
ああ、
ってことは、マキセ・クリスも？
ああ、二人とも上にいる。
They used my shower, and they gave me an eyeful. And I very, very much appreciated it when they did. I was a happy man.
そっか。
Unlike Mr. Braun, Suzuha's hostility toward Kurisu hasn't abated.
お前の方はどうだ？
どうだって？
少しは元気が出たのか？
ああ、うん。まあね。捜索は継続中。
あ？おいバイト、何の話だよ。
私、父さんを探してるんだって店長にも前話したじゃん。
ああ、その話か。岡部、探してやれ。
Why does he think he can boss me around? One solid look at him would answer that question for you, Okabe. So please, look at the man. Look at him! Be enlightened!
無論だ。鈴葉はすでにラボメンとなっているのだからな。俺とその他メンバーに任せておけ。
I'm now remembering that one screenshot of Mr. Braun that Liz, I believe, put on the Discord server with the cosplay patch enabled, where he basically asks a question that goes something along the lines of, why does my shop always attract all the freaks? That's still one of my favorite images from this game. Full stop. Suzuha looks at me with a smile that shines through the gloom filling the store.
Okabe 凛太郎って私と同い年なのに
Do it!
すごく
Do it!
年上って感じだな。
Change to the patch.
なんかぐいぐい引っ張ってく力があるよね。
You know what? Why not? Why don't I change it to the patch for a bit? Give me just a second. Okay, let me get Steam back up here. And cosplay patch. I'm pretty sure Suzuha is still going to look like the Major from Ghost in the Shell. Now that I think about it, I wonder what Nai is going to look like.
Okabe 凛太郎って私と同い年なのにすごく年上って感じだな。
She looks like a magical girl!
引っ張ってく力があるよね。
Oh my god, I can see his chest. I can see his pecs! That's the first time anyone said that to me. Makes me kind of happy.
当たり前だ。俺は 大い京馬なのだからな。
Wait a minute. He's not naked, is he? When I have the cosplay and patch enabled, Braun is not naked, right? Please tell me he's just shirtless.
Good grief, he's naked!
Just wanted to just wanted to put that up there. Hey, get the game up. Thank you. I hope to God I really hope you're not naked. Your daughter is in the room. Put on some pants. The chipmunk cowers in terror as I unveil my madness. Is that what you call it? I can see the tears pulling in her eyes. I guess my aura is just too powerful for a grade school girl to endure. That sounds so bad.
Okabe, もし次大声出して苗を怯えさせたら殺す。
Nah, he just has a kangaroo pouch at his stomach, if I remember correctly. But that's not a pair of pants, though, and it's on his stomach. All that tells me is that his abs are covered at least, but not for anything past that.
すみません。
Please tell me he's at least got Speedos on.
でもさ、
Actually, Speedos probably would not be a good thing to wear in front of your kid either. Suzuha takes my arm and leads me away from the Tenujis, who have gone back to watching TV.
これだけは忠告しとくけど、
Yes.
クリスには留意して。
It's warning me about Kurisu again, eh? Can I get a straight answer out of you in regards to that this time?
留意。
Or are we gonna still be vague and mysterious about it? Circumspect? Why can't you just say careful like a normal person? Not that I'm one to talk. Thank you.
またか。ただの逆恨みだろ。
AKA looks like a bodysuit. A skin-tight bodysuit from the looks of it. Suzuha shakes her head firmly.
違う。これは事実。私はそれを存知している。
Okay. Perniciousness. I've heard the word, and if memory serves me, it's another word for persistence or doggedness, yeah? How about I double check on... What on earth is this? What is this face? Pepis and hot sauce? Know what? Link address. So I got this open. Oh, I see Silent Hill F is getting a manga adaptation. I'm just gonna leave that here to look at later. Whatever the hell it is. What? Oh, wait. I just remembered. I'm looking up a word. I'm looking up a word. Perniciousness. Definition. Okay, so adjective: baneful, deadly, pestilent, exceedingly harmful. Okay, and so it wasn't what I thought it was. It's worse. Okay, how exactly has she been harmful so far? All she's done is just share a few memes with me. And, you know, giving me a means to send copy and paste memories from my gray matter to another version of myself. But other than that, I don't see the harm. Perniciousness? Is she saying Kurisu is dangerous? Apparently so. I guess memes can be deadly. There's something strange about the way Suzuha is talking. It's not just her fondness for uncommon words. There's something else. Something.
あの女の頭脳は危険すぎ。それに結局あいつ実験のことしか考えてないんだ。
I don't know. I think the revelation regarding her frequencing of @channel and also the hints that she's displayed in regards to otaku culture tells me that she does indeed care about more than just her experiments. She is a true human! Suzuha's eyes are hard, and her voice is as cold as ice. I can tell that she means every word she says. Seriously, why is she dangerous? Please, come on. Stop beating around the bush and just tell me.
君たちは利用されてるだけだよ。いい？よく聞いて。
Oh, really?
あの女はセルンに通じてる。
Is that a fact? No. That's impossible. CERN is our enemy. If Daru's hacking is discovered, I have no doubt they will do everything in their power to destroy us. How can Kurisu be connected to CERN?
つまりスパイだと言いたいのか。
Okay, If she is working for the enemy as a spy, then here's my question. Who killed her at the very beginning of the game? If she was basically meant to act as a spy towards us. And secondly, we didn't even firmly establish that we had a working time machine in our midst via the phone wave when Kurisu first joined our lab to begin with, right? Wouldn't it, if she's a spy, wouldn't it make sense for her to have shown up after we've confirmed that the phone wave is a time machine? There's no way the enemy would have figured that out before we did, right? Especially considering that the first instance we used the phone wave happened right after she was murdered, too, to boot. So that can't be it. She can't be a spy. It doesn't add up. She bonked Okabe with a book. Yeah, she did. And it was well deserved, to be fair. Made him lose brain cells. Really dangerous. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we probably should keep her away from books. Trust me, Suzuha, she's fine as long as you don't give her a heavy textbook. She's harmless. She has a sharp tongue, but she's otherwise harmless. Suzuha nods firmly.
タイムマシン開発の功績もあの女のものになった。
According to CERN from... Wait, hold on. What? Again, Suzuha's words sound strange to my ears, but I still can't place my finger on why. Kurisu is credited as the inventor of the time machine?
だからさ、気を許しちゃダメ。
I don't believe it. I saw Kurisu's anger when she learned what CERN had been doing. She called their actions a betrayal of scientists everywhere. How can someone with such pure love of science be connected to CERN? A pure love of science is not an inherent virtue of a person's character, Okabe. The mad trope archetype, the mad scientist archetype exists for a reason. Like, for crying out loud, this has been known since the days of Mary Shelley. But if what Suzuha says is true, could she be the one who sent that threatening email? I suspected Mocha, but... well, to be fair, I can understand why you'd suspect her. Hey, I just realized we actually forgot to warn them about the upcoming earthquake. Oops. Suddenly, the ground starts to shake. Kurisu started the experiment? But I haven't talked to Mr. Braun yet. Sure enough, veins on Mr. Braun's forehead swell in response to the shaking. Oh no!
揺らすなって何度言ったらわかんだ。若い娘だろうが俺は容赦しねえぞ。家賃1万円アップだ。
待ってくださいミスター・ブラウン。これは我がラボの仕業ではなく自信だ。俺の魔眼リーディングシュタイナーがそう余地を。
自信だ？そんなごまかしが通用すると思ってるのか。
The shaking gets more intense, knocking over a CRT. Uh-oh! Oh dear. Crap! I can't talk my way out of this one.
Okabe!
He said Timmy! Mr. Braun clearly wants to snap my neck like a twig, but he elects to protect his greatest treasure, the 42-inch CRT instead. What? His greatest treasure is a knife? Ouch! He grabs the remote and switches it off, then grabs hold of the TV and hangs on for dear life. Look at this, Liz. Look at him. Yeah, I see the pouch right smack in the middle of his freaking 8-pack. He's got an 8-pack. Holy shit. But yeah, I see his pouch, but I see his hips and the line that curves in between his legs where his junk would be. This thing right here. If you were wearing Speedos, the straps would be around this area here. You'd see a little bit of skin, but you'd still see something here. Or briefs would be right around this area too. He's not wearing pants! He's going commando in front of Nae and Suzuha and me! This man's a streaker!
収まった？
みたいだな。
He probably had his freaking junk hugging the CRT. Wait, it's over? I carefully step through the rubble and take the remote from the dazed Mr. Braun's hand. I press the red power button. The 42-inch CRT instantly comes to life. I stare at the image on the screen and smile. The CRT is the lifter. I see. It lost power right when the experiment started. He's probably getting a face full of ass right now. They're probably really... Those glutes are probably very muscular. But still.
見つけた。ついに見つけたぞ。これに間違いない。そうだ。これこそがリフターに変わるもの。これほど分かりやすいのになぜ気づかなかったのだ俺は。いや、今この瞬間に気づいたことこそがシュタインズゲートの選択だということか。
おい岡部、何笑ってやがる。うちの娘を怖がらせるな。それとブラウン管の弁償と家賃値上げだからな。おい、
少し静かにしていただきましょうか、ミスター・ブラウン。今まさに俺は時空の支配者となることが確定したのですからね。
Your neck is gonna be turned into a pretzel by the time he's done with it. Stars explode behind my eyes as Mr. Braun drives his fist into the top of my head. The world spins. I struggle to get a hold of my shaken brain.
この俺に暴力を振るうとは。
Well, do ya? Do you got something to say against the streaker?
ミスター・ブラウン、ブラウン化の弁償についてはひとまずつけて頼みます。
With that, I fly out of the workshop. Well, how about that? I didn't think we'd actually figure out what the lifter was quite this soon. Progress. We made progress. Anywho, I'm gonna turn the patch off real quick. Actually, before I do that, I need to take a quick bathroom break. I'll return in just a few minutes, and then after that we can spend our last half an hour doing whatever. Well, not doing whatever, but doing whatever we can with the game. BRB. Alright, I'm back. Now then. So, they started the experiment without me. I wonder what gives. Mein God. I know. The man's a criminal. But his muscles are so glorious. I am torn. I am rip-torn. I rub my head. It hurts like hell. Getting punched by a man like that, I'd be shocked if it didn't. Damn that Mr. Braun. Did you really have to crack me so hard? Yeah? If anything, he didn't crack you hard enough. Maybe I should report him for assault. Thanks to his brutality, I had to make a strategic retreat. Fortunately, I did not emerge empty-handed. The extra 10,000 yen a month will hurt. Oof. But in exchange, I have acquired information essential to the success of my plan. Well, even though I don't recommend it, you could always just jump to another world line where you have to pay less rent.
結果オーライだな。
オカリン、今揺れたけど下は大丈夫だった？
Not really, but when was I ever? Mayuri and Kurisu appear in the second story window.
本当に不死鳥のごとく復活してるわね。
Don't make me choke on my drink, please.
クリスティーナ、俺は今ここで予言しよう。3分後、お前はこの俺の偉大さに気づき、尊敬の念を抱くとな。
That's what he said.
それはないと思う。
I run up the stairs. The CRT being on was often mentioned during their experiments, that Braun was watching stuff on it. But the biggest one being when they sent the lottery ticket email. Hey, so that was clever foreshadowing. That's nice.
なんでそんなわかりやすいことに今まで気づかなかった？
So that would then mean that Mr. Braun was watching television when Kurisu was murdered in the first world line too then, huh? When I tell Kurisu about the 42-inch CRT downstairs, that is her first reaction.
なぜ俺は責められているのか。
責めてるんじゃない。私も含めて誰も気づけなかった間抜けさにがっかりしてるだけ。
東大元暮らしはガチ。
Yep, that we
整理す
did.
ると、さっき2階で電話レンジカッコ仮を稼働させ、ビルが揺れ出した時は42型のブラウン管テレビはついていた。だがテレビを消すと、それに同期するようにして揺れも収まったのだ。
放電現象は途中で強制的に中断されたわ。念のためにバナナを入れておいたんだけど、ゼリーマンにはならなかった。
それはね、いいことだと思うな。食べ物を粗末にしちゃダメだよ。
Nobody replies to Mayuri's off-point statement. We're busy reading about cathode ray tubes on the internet. It doesn't take long before we find something interesting. I mean, when they sent the lottery ticket one. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah. A cathode ray tube has a component called an electronic gun, which uses extreme heat and a strong electric field to accelerate electrons and turn them into a beam. Electric field. Electric field. Science. The area where an electric force has influence. For example, rubbing a balloon and putting it close to your head makes your hair rise due to the influence of the resulting static electric field. I've done that before as a kid. That was always so fun. Why do we go here? Wait a minute, there's another one? I just read this one, what the hell? You skipped up or... Wait a minute. Oh, I did. Okay, so CRT being on was mentioned during the experiments that Braun was watching stuff on it, the biggest one being when they sent the lottery ticket D-mail. After it, Okabe talks to Suzuha for some time when she slacks off. After Suzuha, Nae bikes CG, only for Braun to get back and scream at her that she left the CRT on when he was gone. Again, that's actually really neat. There was actually there was actually a little bit of subtle foreshadowing to the whole thing all throughout the story leading up to this point. I like it when the story does that. Put things right under my hide things right under my nose, and then when you look back on it, it's just so obvious in hindsight. The electron beam striking the TV screen's phosphor layer is what generates the picture. An electron gun could certainly work as a lifter.
解は出たわね。42型ブラウン管が放出している電子が電話レンジの作り出したリング特異点に干渉していた。放電現象はその影響よ。
夜になると電話レンジが使えなくなったのはブラウン管工房が閉まってる時間だったからか。
The Braun-Tube workshop doesn't have especially strict business hours, but it's usually open around 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. That matches with the time that we've observed before in regards to getting the discharge phenomenon to work. That matches up perfectly with my observation that the phone wave, named subject to change, only works between noon and 6 p.m. Yeah, that's what I just said, more or less. The few instances it hasn't worked during that time frame could be explained by the TV being off.
だが、ブラウン管がそんなに強力な電子を放出しているとは思えん。
電子量は強ければいいというわけじゃない。そんな単純な問題なら、セルンはとっくに問題を解決している。
I see. So it can't be too strong or too weak. A perfect balance, huh? By freak coincidence, the 42-inch CRT's electron gun appears to have exactly the right level of electron discharge. That's the only explanation.
まさに偶然の一致よ。ここには奇跡的にタイムマシンができる環境が揃っていた。
Yeah, miracle is one word for it, although I wonder if it's an apt description. I kind of wonder.
いや違うなクリスティーナ。すべてはシュタインズゲートの選択だ。
Rather than glare at me as she has so many times in the past, Kurisu shoots me an exasperated smile.
別に何だっていいけど。
Mayuri looks up from her costume with a question in her eyes.
つまりね、スーパー電話レンジちゃんを完成させるためにはどうすればいいの？
原因が究明できたなら恐れることはない。あの大きなブラウン管がついているとき、タイムリープは可能になるという解を導けると思う。
さっき中断された最終調整も含めてさ、もう一回は実験が必要じゃね？
そうね。岡部。
なんだ？
もう一度下に行ってあのブラウン管をつけてきて。
Are you crazy? He'll take my head off!
クリスティーナよ。それは実に面白い冗談だな。それに対する俺の答えはミッション impossible だ。
Well, you're not wrong in a sense. You're definitely no Tom Cruise. It would be Mission Impossible for you, all right. I'm not going back down there. My head still hurts from last time. Next time, I doubt I'll make it out alive. He'll probably punch you in the dick next time.
いいからさっさと行きなさいよ。
Kurisu orders me with a sour look. It's like I'm the assistant here.
あんたならできるって。さっきだってすごい発見してきたでしょ。
常習よ。お前、この俺を偉大なマッドサイエンティストだと認めているか？
いいえ。
あ、
グホー即答とかひどす。
Short. Harsh and
頑張ら
short.
せるならここははいって言っておくべきだった。というわけで、はい。
遅いわ。
リフターの代替装置が見つかった今、タイムリープマシンは 99% 出来上がってる。
Kurisu's expression suddenly turns serious. But I can see the hunger in her eyes and the flush of excitement on her cheeks. Which ones? She knows that we stand on the threshold of a new age in science, and she cannot resist the lure of the unknown. I think you mean Super Phone Wave, name subject to change, Chan Mayuri. Now we're playing with power. Superpower! If she's a true scientist, no doubt about it. In case you don't get what I'm referencing, now I'm referencing the old Super NES commercials for the United States. I remember that being a tagline that they like to use for that console.
このラボの夢でしょ？タイムマシンは。
Hard dream. I've never really thought about it that way. But she's right. My hands are shaking. Not from fear, Mr. Braun, but from excitement.
この俺の夢は時空を意のままに操り、これまでの支配構造をぶち壊すこと。そしてそこに新たな混沌を。
岡部。
Kurisu interrupts my speech.
私は法王院じゃなくて岡部の意見が聞きたい。
Well, if you're asking Okabe, then who am I to refuse? She spears me with her gaze. I meet it head on. After a few moments, I feel my mouth curve into a smile.
上等だ。すべて俺に任せるがいい。
With that, I head downstairs. Round 2! Fight! A cracked skull and an empty wallet are a small price to pay for science. Kurisu and Daru send me off with applause for some reason. Mayuri's the only one who looks worried, but I pat her head in reassurance. When I get downstairs, Suzuha and the chipmunk are sitting side by side on the bench outside. Stop calling her chipmunk.
ウィス。
Nai gives me a quick bow, then hides behind Suzuha.
店長、さっきのでめちゃくちゃ機嫌悪くなっちゃってさ。今ナイと対比中。
Oof. Damn. Now I really don't want to go in there.
さっき思いっきりごっちんされてたけど、大丈夫？
Well, holy shit! I didn't think you'd actually be concerned about me after that.
この俺の世界遺産級の価値がある頭脳をよりによって殴るとはな。 あの一撃により一体何億個のニューロンが死に絶え、人類の未来に多大な損失を被ったことか。
We'll be fine. What's wrong with having another Dark Age for a few hundred years? We've been through one already. We can do it again. Suzuha claps her hands in solemn prayer. You're mocking him, aren't you? I'm not dead. Just my brain cells. So you're brain dead.
ごめんなさい。お父さんがひどいことして。
こんな小動物で、なんと人間的によくできた娘なのだ。
I can't believe she's Mr. Braun's daughter.
案ずるな。俺も店長には迷惑をかけたし、おあいこだ。
Nai smiles slightly at my words of comfort.
時にバイト選手よ。お前に協力を頼みたい。ミスター・ブラウンの目を5秒でいいから引きつけておいてもらいたいのだ。
Suzuha's eyes start to shine.
色仕掛けだね。
You know what? That might actually work. We did just establish a little bit ago that the man is, frustrated. She flexes her biceps for some reason. You should try flexing something else.
触ってみ。
She insists, so I poke it. It's just as hard as her confidence suggests. She's probably stronger than me. Okabe is out of shape. I kept telling you right at the beginning, you should go to the gym with Mr. Braun. He'd whip your ass into shape. But I don't understand what flexing has to do with seduction. I don't know, man. It is possible. He might be into muscular girls. We don't know what this man's kinks are.
誰も色仕掛けをしろとは言っていない。
Then again, I'm not entirely sure I want to know either.
それぐらいできなきゃ戦士失格だし。それにさ、父さんのこと一緒に探すって言ってくれたでしょ。だから私もできるだけ君に協力したい。
Well, that's weird. I got a silent mail. About Mayuri-chan. You and Mayuri-chan don't go places together? You're both Flab members, and I heard you were childhood friends, so I thought... I'm sorry if I misunderstood. P.S. I did 30 practice swings with Samidari. Are you talking about 30 swings since the last message you sent? Or 30 swings total throughout the whole day? Because if it's the latter, then... You've only done 8 swings since... Hold on. Get back there. Since 59 minutes ago? Oh, Luca. If it is indeed the total amount of swings throughout the day, you are weak. But that is okay. At least you're pretty. You can be pretty and weak. Nothing wrong with that combination. It appeals to the male fantasy in a lot of ways. Or a male fantasy, at least. A common one, but a fantasy, all the same.
なるほど。ならば戦士。
It tickles the lizard brain.
オーキードーキー。
So, Lukaku thought Okabe and Mayuri were a pair, if I understand correctly. Seems that way. Wait, wrong thing. Wait a minute. Does Luca have a crush on Okabe or something? Thinking back on some of our previous interactions now, along with this mail, I can't help but wonder now. I think this requires some investigation, chat. Does Luca indeed have a thing for bird brain? Damn, that okie dokie nearly reached Oha for me. What was the message he replied to? It was the one where, hold on. It was this one. Well, it's a she in this case, but it was this one. I don't know about Mayuri's plans, but I'm pretty sure she's busy preparing for a different sort of festival soon to take place in Ariake. And that was in response to this one. Have you gone to any festivals or fireworks shows this summer? Maybe you have plans to go with Mayuri-chan later? So yeah, she asked about that, and I replied that we don't have that Mayuri doesn't have plans. Since it's an answer to an answer. Well, I hope that answers your question, Liz, but yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, there's nothing. I don't see anything else from Luca here, so yeah.
Suzuha お姉ちゃん、お父さんをいじめないでね。いじめたりしないって。
いかにも。
Unless he's into that sort of thing. You know, chicks being mean to him, I mean. He has Okabe, but you also checked it. Oh, I see. Come on, move. Move! There we go. Don't know why I wasn't registering my mouse click for a second. I want to complain that he's the one being mean, but I just said we were even, so I refrain. The chipmunk nods. When we enter the store, we find Mr. Braun cleaning up the pieces of the broken CRT. When our eyes meet, another vein pops on his forehead.
筋を通しに来たのなら聞いてやる。ただし、賃下げ要求には応じねえからな。
先ほどは失礼しました。こちらも気が動転していたのでね。そこで謝罪の意も込めて我がラボを代表し、ここにいる天音鈴葉からミスター・ブラウン、あなたにプレゼントを贈らせてもらう。
Oh boy.
店長、刮目せよ!
With a vigorous shout, which in no way seems appropriate for seduction, Suzuha whips off her jacket and...
Yeah!
Hold on. Is he grabbing her jacket right now? Okay, good. She's got a shirt on at least, so that's good. Throws it into Mr. Braun's face. Wait, what? You're throwing it into his face? I can see her bra. What the hell are you doing? No, wait. That's not a bra, but a tight tank top that leaves her midriff bare. Yet Suzuha shows no sign of embarrassment as she rushes Mr. Braun. What the fuck are you doing? She slips behind him, grabs her coat, and pulls it tight against his face. What the hell?
Okabe Rintaro, 今だ!
Now wait just a second. Is this your idea of seduction? It's like you're trying to suffocate him. Mr. Braun flails his arms, trying to escape Suzuha's restraint. Come on, man! You're a fucking tank! You could throw her off easily! There's a huge difference in strength between the two. It's only a matter of time before he shakes Suzuha off. He could do it in seconds! Realizing the only choice is to go for it, I dash to the counter, grab the remote, and switch on the 42-inch CRT. This is gonna blow up in our faces. If we don't jump to a world line ASAP. Yeah, I also didn't know what the fuck I was looking at when the CG played until he mentioned a face. After about 2 seconds, an image appears on the giant screen. At the same time, the ceiling starts shaking. Kurisu activated the phone wave, named subject to change, with perfect timing. Did she really take off her clothes without knowing why? During that time, I escaped from the store. Outside, Nai is following earthquake drill procedure, crouching while protecting her head. I ignore that and look up to the second floor. At exactly the same time, Kurisu appears in the window and gives me a happy thumbs up. But a second later, she blushes, shoots me a glare, and disappears as if nothing happened. It's okay, you can be happy. For me, for us. What's with her attitude? I'm risking my life here. Suzuha is risking her life too at this point, and her job. In any case, the experiment was a success, and our rent has probably tripled now. The 42-inch CRT was the key, as I suspected. Now, how do I explain this to Mr. Braun? Here's your answer. You don't. You just take whatever's coming your way and pray that he doesn't kill you. I don't want him to kick us out of the building. Perhaps I shouldn't have left it to Suzuha. Yeah, I agree with you there. I timidly peek into the store to gauge the situation. Suzuha is there, fidgeting in her tank top as Mr. Braun glares down at her. Well, you gave it to him. As far as I'm concerned, as far as he's probably concerned, finders keepers.
うっせえ。これは没収だ。
この変態。
変態はおめえだろうが。いきなり脱ぎ出したと思ったら、服を俺の顔面に押し付けてくるとは。大したプレーだったぜ。岡部に感謝しねえとな。
This is how you thank people? For giving you a good time? By killing them? Fucking hell, man!
プレイとか言わないでくんないかな。キモい。
とにかく今日は一日その学校で仕事しやがれ。へそだし結構。なんなら店の前で客引きしてくれてもいいんだぜ。
Well, I mean, I see what he's, I think I see the strategy here, and yeah, sex appeal helps sell things. That is true.
何言いつけるよ。
はは。あの子はおめえより俺の言葉を信じるだろうよ。何しろ俺の娘だからな。
くそー。
No problems here. Suzuha's seduction strategy worked. I guess. Mr. Braun. What a guy. Hey, again, sex sells. He gets it. He's using his brain. God damn it, I should have said he's using his head. Because I could have followed that up with another joke referencing the other head. Son of a bitch. I screwed up! Well, look at that. Perfect timing. And this looks like a perfectly good spot to leave things on, too. He's using his heads. Both of them. He is using both of them, indeed, Liz. Well, even though I wish we could go on for at least another hour, like I said earlier, I do need to make sure I get enough rest for work tomorrow. I also got class to boot as well, so yeah, got a long day ahead of me tomorrow, and I don't want to be a zombie throughout it. That being said, though, I'm definitely glad I was able to do today's stream. I had a lot of unexpected fun today. I needed this. I really did. I hope you guys had a good time too. So, yeah, again, this week has got me booked as far as my job goes. So this is probably the only stream I'm going to be able to get done this week, sadly. But again, I think I'll have to double check this later. I think I have more than one day off next week, so I'll see if I can try to get at least 2 streams done next week as well. We'll have to wait and see on that. God forbid something else comes up that forces my attention. Never know these days. So we did Steins Gate, so I guess next time I'll have to start the next season for Noelle the Mortal Fate, which is season 12 if I remember right. But then again, it's been a while. I'm overdue for doing a mystery game too, so maybe I'll do that instead, actually. I'll figure something out next week in regards to what I'm going to stream next time. Either way, I'll try to have something fun lined up for everybody. Fun times. Happy to hear it, Conkle. I think it's a good stopping point anyway, as otherwise you would end in the middle of some conversation until the end of a chapter in 1 to 2 hours. The 1 to 3 more, I guess. Yeah, with my tangents, yeah, it probably would be 2 to 3 hours, to be perfectly fair. So yeah, in that case, okay, I just want to make doubly sure I saved. Yep, I did, but I'll do it again anyway, just to be safe. So, with that being said, I want to wish you all a very pleasant day or evening or whatever time of day it is for you guys in whatever part of the world that you're all in. I am going to get ready for bed, and hopefully I will see you all again very soon. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.